Hello everybody, how's it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we are going to look at what might actually happen in April. This time I am going to do something a little different because I'm still trying about the readings, about what can I say. And today I would like to use this technique that I have learned years ago. And it is not something new, everybody is using it, but if it is like the first time you are saying it, let me tell you what is going to happen. I am going to look at your zodiac signs. Sun, Moon, Rising. Please pick 3 of them. What I am going to do is, in each zodiac sign, I am going to look at your houses. And for every house, I am going to pick a tarot card. And we are going to see how that tarot card, the message of that specific tarot card is affecting specific houses, and I will tell you what houses are about. If you don't know anything about the houses, I will tell you what they are about, and at the end of the reading you will have like a bigger picture to see what you can actually expect from the month of April, and I hope you will enjoy it. And let's just start with the Aries. Hello Aries, how's it going? I hope everything is fine. Let me give you a little brief about houses if you don't know. First house is about yourself, your approach to the life, what you can do about it. At the second house, it's all about money, values, and possessions, those kind of things. It is going to be important. At the third house, communication, thoughts, your ideas, what is happening around you, those kind of things that we are going to look at, but mostly ideas and the thought process that we are going to look at. At the fourth house, we are going to look at home, family, foundation. At the fifth house, we are going to talk about the pleasures, happiness, love, creativity, even children. What is making life a little bit livable, I guess? Let's say in that way. At the sixth house, we are going to talk about health, habits, your work, your service, your daily life, what you provide to the world. At the seventh house, we are going to talk about relationships, partnerships, and marriage, mostly like romantic situations that we are going to look at. Eighth house is about death and rebirth, the power, what you can do with that power. At the ninth house, we are going to look at, again, education, but this time we are going to look at travel, philosophy, what you can learn, higher learning. At the 10th house, we are going to talk about your success, your career, your reputation, your name. At the 11th, we are going to speak about friendships, companions, and social life. And also, sometimes it talks about like technology and wishes too. How intriguing. At the 12th house, we are going to talk about karma, hidden challenges, what you can see in life, the things that you don't expect. A little abstract, but we are going to see what is going to happen. So let me just put a couple of cards now, and then we can actually start to talk about what is going to happen in April for Aries. 3 of Wands at the first house. That is good. The Star at the second house. That is incredible. That is really, really good. The third house will have 5 of Wands. Okay. By the way, we can look at the clarifiers as well. It is not going to be like just one card and one card only. Okay. Fourth house had 9 of Swords. Okay. For example, I will definitely going to pick a card for that too. The fifth house has Ace of Swords, which is great. The sixth house has 9 of Pentacles. Amazing. Mostly it looks good. There are a couple of advices that Tarot is giving, but mostly it is really, really good. The seventh house has Justice. Okay. The eighth house has 2 of Swords. All right. The ninth house has Page of Swords. Okay, I can see why. 10th house has Queen of Swords. That is incredible. I see a lot of good things about your career and your money. The 11th house has King of Swords. It gets even better. And the last but not least, the 12th house has 2 of Pentacles. All right. Let's start with the first house. The first house has 3 of Wands, which means, my friend, that you are going to have enough of time to understand, make plans, and focus what might actually happen later on. You will have enough of time to just prepare yourself for the better things. And your approach to the life is going to be about what I can do about this thing and what I can get from this thing, but not in a really greedy way, not in a negative way. It is not like that. It is more like you're going to see the bigger picture and you're going to act on it. And most of the time, when you are just like looking to the life and being yourself, it is going to be like, hold on, I will keep the higher ground and I'm not going to fall for that trap, because there's more than that. You will have that kind of an approach and it is going to be really, really beneficial for you. So what I can say, that what you can actually expect from April, is that there are going to be a lot of things that you have to understand and sort it out, but you will have enough of willpower to do so, because you are going to have no problems to do so. Sometimes life brings us a lot of problems, and so you cannot even see what's in front of you. It is not the case. This is not going to happen for you. What is going to happen for you is that you're going to see what is happening, why people are acting in this way, and why life is bringing you those kind of messages, and you're going to act on it. You're going to provide yourself a way to grow. You will have this growth in your life. So I think April is such a beautiful month for you, so you can actually see what is going to happen and you can have better things in your life. It is going to be really, really effective, because at the second house, the house of the money and assets and everything nice, you have the Star. What I can say about the money, if you had any kind of a debt, if you had like a problem with the money, you will solve the problem. There's not going to be any kind of a problem left. If there was anything beforehand, if there was like, oh my God, I don't know how am I going to be able to pay for this, you will have the way to pay for this. I'm not saying that miraculously everything is going to be okay and all of a sudden you will be in an abundance and everything is going to pay for itself. No. But what I am trying to say is that if there was a problem before, this month you will have the solution, which is great. You will have a lot of things in your life this month, as far as I can see. By the way, I have to tell you, since because there's a Star card, and if there was any kind of a wish of yours, if like you were expecting like, I wish I had that amount of money, I wish I could earn that kind of a money, you might have a way. You might find a way for that. You might find a solution for your situation. At the third house, we are seeing a little bit of arguments, and the third house is talking about the people and the communication. There's a little warning over there, I can say that. This warning is that if you are talking with other people this month, specifically if you're dealing with different type of people, please keep calm. Don't argue with them. This is talking about there's some kind of a rivalry. There's some kind of a comparison, even competition between those people. And maybe you have to focus on like what is going on with the people that you already have any kind of a conversation. Like why those people are acting in this way, why everything is happening in this way. Try to see the bigger picture in this one too. Try to not to have fights with people. I know it is difficult. I know. At the fourth house, we see 9 of Swords, which is a little tiresome. Maybe home-related situations are going to give you a little bit of anxieties. If you're like renovating your home, if you are dealing with your family, if you are just like focusing on like what kind of place that you are living right now and it is not making you really, really happy and you would like to change it, it might give you a little bit of an anxiety. When you are actually considering your priorities, the things that you are giving the priority, is it really that necessary? You have to ask those kind of questions to yourself. Overthinking can be a little problematic, so try to not to do that, especially when it comes to home, especially when it comes to families and the people you love the most. At the fifth house, happiness, pleasure, good things. As I said, the things that are making life livable. And you have Ace of Swords, which is talking about like a new beginning. Maybe this month, maybe, just maybe, I'm going wild in this thing. Maybe you will meet with some new people. Maybe you will have something new in your life that is going to make you really, really happy. New beginnings, new approach, new things. And they're going to make you really, really happy because you have this way of looking to the life. Okay, what's next? And the next thing is such a beautiful thing. Next beginning is such a beautiful beginning. Keep an open mind, because open mind will bring you a lot of good things as far as I can see. Let's go back to the sixth house, which is having 9 of Pentacles. Amazing. When it comes to health, when it comes to your work, when it comes to what you are putting outside of the world, you're golden. You will have no problem at all when it comes to like what you are giving to the people, or when it comes to your own health, when it comes to your own situation. And you're going to be a little bit more independent, I guess. And this independence is going to bring you a lot of happiness as well, because this is something that you were looking for maybe. And you're going to see the results of your independence in a really, really good and abundant way. At the 7th house, you have Justice. And Justice card is, sometimes it talks about like marriage contracts and those kind of things, and it is at the 7th house. What I can say that if you have any kind of a relation with someone, it might go to another level in a really good way. If you're single, you might meet with someone that you might actually think about getting married to. It might be a little overreach maybe at the moment, but you have to keep an open mind. The partnerships and marriage and those kind of things, they are going to be good and fair and equal. At the 8th house, you have 2 of Swords. It's about like the power, and maybe at the moment you might not have any idea like what is going to happen next when it comes to power or the people that you are dealing with. However, it doesn't mean that it is going to be like this all the time. If I was just saying 2 of Swords and 9 of Swords together in another reading, I would say that you might think too much and you are not talking about it, and it is creating some emotional baggage, and don't do that. Like there's some kind of an argument, or not talking in a really good way. Don't do that to yourself. If you feel something, don't try to silence yourself. Talk about it. Don't even think if it is a good thing or if it is a bad thing, if it is a big thing or if it is a small thing. Because the things that you might actually see as a small thing, it doesn't have a big deal. What's going to happen? It's not a big deal. It might be a really big deal for some other people. So don't fall for that trap, and just try to talk as much as possible. Try to negotiate as much as possible. If you would like to stay out of trouble when it comes to important matters, you have to negotiate your way in. And the swords are a lot in this reading. As you can see, a lot of swords are right now, which means that you have to put your mind and logic out there more. And this is exactly what it's saying. The 9th house has Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is about like having a talent and learning and growing, understanding something more, expanding your mind. And it is in the education side of the reading. So if you would like to learn something new, maybe, at the 5th house we were talking about a new beginning. Maybe you would like to start to a new education, or you would like to learn something new that is going to bring you a lot of happiness. It is time to do that, because you will have like all the resources that you can actually use. 10th house has Queen of Swords. I can say that people are going to see you as the boss. You will have enough capacity to talk to people in a really good way and expand a lot of things in your life, especially when it comes to career and money and the growth of those kind of things. You will have the abundance. People are going to see you as like a professional, like true professional. I can see in 2 houses. So this is time for you to charge, to go further away, try something new, expand your horizon. It is time to do those kind of things. Don't just keep yourself back for the sake of not having arguments with other people. You're going to have them anyways. If you just like focus on what you can do, and if you can see the bigger picture, this month is going to be really, really productive for you. At the 11th house, which is friendships, companions, and all the good stuff, the support system, everything, you have the King of Swords. Your friends actually might see you as like someone that they can actually trust, but try to not to use this power over them for no good reason. Yes, you're professional, and yes, you're focusing on your career, but it doesn't mean that you have to neglect your friends. So be careful about that. And the 12th house, you have 2 of Pentacles. You will reap what you sow, and you're going to sow a lot of things at the same time. You can be a little bit more like a multitasking in your life. You can focus on 2 different things at the same time. You can juggle between 2 different things. Sometimes this happens. If you have like a side hustle, you are going to understand what I'm saying. When you're just focusing on your side side hustle, your main hustle grows. And when you're focusing on your main hustle, your side hustle grows, even though this is not what you're trying to do. And it balances themselves out. You're going to see whatever you do, life finds a balance. And this balance is going to be really, really important. So now, as I promised, I'm going to put a clarifier at the 4th house because I am still curious about what you might be anxious about this situation. Okay, what is giving you the anxiety when it comes to family, when it comes to home? What is that? You have the Queen of Pentacles. You might actually feel like, am I going to be able to pay for this? When it comes to home, when it comes to dealings with the monetary situations of home, like, am I going to be able to pay for this bill? Yes, you will. You will. But don't push yourself, don't overthink, because life will find a way. When it comes to money, you are solid. So if it is like a money-related anxiety, it will go away. Try to not to push yourself to just deal with everything by yourself. That's what I saw for you guys. Don't forget to just check it out, your sun, moon, or rising at the same time. Hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello Taurus, how's it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we are going to look at the houses, and when we are looking to the houses, we are going to put tarot cards on them, and we are going to see what you might actually expect from life this month. If you don't know, if you're not quite familiar with the houses, let me just briefly introduce you. The first house is talking about being yourself, whatever you're putting to the world, who you are, your desires, and all those kind of things, like what you can do. The second one, it is talking about money. The third house is about like ideas and the talking with other people. The fourth house is home. The fifth house is happiness, sometimes love, sometimes, you know, the good luck and the good things that are giving you this like free spirit. The sixth house, is talking about health. The seventh house is relations, you know, the partnerships, collaborations, even marriage. The eighth house is death and rebirth. That's how they say, you know, what you can do about it. The ninth house is education, but in this time it's like more of a higher learning, the philosophy of the situation, you know, what you can do. And also it is talking about travel. And the 10th house is success and career, you know, what you can have from your efforts. The 11th house, friendships, associations, the people you know, what you can expect. At the 12th house, you have karma and hidden challenges. So let's start with the first house. I will put the cards on it and then I will going to read them, okay? The first house, you have King of Swords, which is great. Okay, you're the boss this month. The second house has the Lovers. Okay. The third house, you have Nine of Cups. The fourth house has the Star. That is really, really great, man. I feel happy for you. You already had all the good cards. The fifth house has High Priestess. The sixth house has Ten of Swords. Something is ending, which is good. Don't worry about it. The seventh house has Four of Cups. All right. Expectation of a thing. Eighth house has death itself. And this is like life or death issue, and you have death. Don't worry about it. It is not bad. That is good. Ninth house has the Six of Pentacles. 10th house has Queen of Pentacles. And 11th house has Three of Swords. And the 12th house has Six of Cups. All right, where to begin? When it comes to self, when it comes to explaining yourself, when it comes to putting yourself out to the world, which is the first house, you have King of Swords, which is great. People are going to see you as a professional. You are going to focus on the things in your life with like logic, with the understanding, with the mind, and you will have a higher ground when it comes to like understanding what's happening next. And you know, some people might not actually understand what is happening really, but you're going to see what is happening, and it is good. It is really, really good. This kind of an approach is going to give you the edge of like you are the one who is leading the other people. That is why people are going to see you as a professional, and you are going to be able to heal a lot of things in your life this month. At the second house, when it comes to assets, when it comes to money, your possessions and everything, you have the Lovers, which means you might have more than one hustle, you might have more than one job. For argument's sake, you are a freelancer and you have different clients, and all of the clients are going to ask something from you at a similar time, and you have to deal with those kind of things at the same time. It might be a little tiresome, but you're going to find the joy out of it because they're going to bring you a lot of good money. You can actually spend more than you have, but you are going to earn that money, so which is really, really important. It is not going to create a problem. If you're spending the money, it is not going to be the problem. It is not going to be the negative situation. You are going to find your way out. At the third house, you have the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is talking about happiness and joy. When it comes to communication with other people, I honestly cannot see why people are going to bother you. You're not going to find arguments, disagreements, people who are just talking behind you. When it comes to communications, you will find better communications with people. If you had any kind of an argument with other people before, it is going to go away. You're going to fix the situation. And it is going to make you really, really happy. At the fourth house, we see the Star, which means like healing, which means having a faith, having something nice, being hopeful. If you had any kind of a problem before with your family, you will find a really good kind of a solution to the problem. And if you had any kind of a problem with the home itself, if you didn't had any really good home, or the place that you were living is not really that great and you're just suffering because of it, you're going to find a better place. I don't know what is giving you the trouble, but you are going to find a way out of it, which is good, which is exactly what you should focus on. At the fifth house, which is like happiness and creativity and pleasures and all those kind of things, you have the High Priestess. You know what? It could be actually about like a specific person in your life. This specific person is going to bring you a lot of joy and happiness. If you are in a relationship with someone, then it means that this person is going to make you really, really happy. For argument's sake, you are single and you don't have anyone in your life, and you don't have like a significant person that is going to make you really, really happy, which means that you are the one who is going to make yourself happy. You might actually realize that you have hidden talents. You can be a little bit more like a psychic. You might have like this third eye is being opened. You can enjoy life a little bit more. You can trust yourself on that a little bit more, At the sixth house, I'm going to speak about the health for a second. If you had like back pain, please take it into consideration and please go to see a doctor. If you're just sitting down too much for work, please stretch or try to do some kind of an exercise. If you have not been doing any kind of an exercise, please consider being a little bit more active. If you're not eating healthy, please stop, get some help. Try to focus on your health, because if you're not focusing on your health this month, it might be a little problematic in the future. So don't do that to yourself. If you had like a bad situation going on, you have to end that thing this month. If it is, of course, like something that you can actually control. It is about the habits and your daily routine. And in your daily routine, if there's something that is not making you really happy or healthy, you might actually consider of leaving that. Seventh house, you have the Four of Cups, which is about expectation and a little bit boredom. If you are expecting someone to write it to you, if you are expecting someone to like you back, well, it will be really unnecessary. Please don't wait. If you don't talk to a person, please don't expect other people to come and talk to you. If you're not the one who is just starting the conversation, please stop waiting for other person to just come out and say a couple of things to you. That expectation is for nothing, and it doesn't have any good thing in it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to just like wait. If you like, please go and talk. If you don't like, you can actually look at some other people online. I don't know. Open yourself to the idea of dating with other people. It will be really important. At the eighth house, you have the Death itself. The Death in the Death house, which is incredible, honestly. This month, you will have the power of ending things. And it is precious. It is really, really precious, because not everybody has that kind of a thing. You have King of Swords at the first house, and you have the Death at the eighth house, which means that you will have enough of power to change things, and no one is going to stop you but you. If you are like, I don't want this, please do those kind of changes. You know, we saw in here and we saw in there. If you don't like something, please, you supposed to be the one who is doing that. You know, you have to be the one who is bringing your own happiness. You're the one who is bringing the healing. You're the one who is just having this nice conversation with people. You're the one who is having all those money. This is about you, what you are going to do this month. So if you think like things should end, you are the one who's supposed to end things. At the 9th house, we have 6 of Pentacles. And 6 of Pentacles is about generosity, isn't it? You might actually learn to deal with other people in a better position. You can be kind, you can be nice, you can have like different ideas around you. You can actually open yourself to different people. You can surround yourself with different people. It could be really, really important for your life, your own learning. You know, you can learn a lot of things from different people. But again, I have to tell you, it is up to you. You are the one who's supposed to do that. You are the one who's supposed to open yourself to the other people. And also, I have to tell you that if you would like to help other people in one way or another, you should just find a really good kind of a way to do that. Maybe you should learn about that too. I don't know why. It was just like an intuition. It is not something like huge, but I had to say that anyways. At the 10th house, you have Queen of Pentacles. And Queen of Pentacles is about nurturing yourself and the others. You're going to be good enough for yourself. Your career is going to thrive, man. You're going to have a lot of money. You will have this independence when it comes to, you know, monetary situations. People are going to look at you for the money, and you are going to be the one who is providing for yourself and for the other people. And also, I have to tell you that, you know, since because it is about the reputation and the public image, people might actually see you as like a really, really successful person, and they might see you as loaded. You know, they might think like you have all the money. Be careful with the scammers. Be careful with the people who are trying to take advantage of the situation, because people might actually see, oh my God, this person is rich. I can get some money out of them. At the 11th house, which is about like social life and friendships and everything, you might have a couple of disappointments, or the sad situations, old disappointments might actually come to the life again. You can actually talk about what is happening. But here's the thing. Whatever it is giving you this negativity, it is coming to an end. And this month you have to face that. At the 3rd house, we saw that 9 of Cups. So which means that whatever happens, you're going to find a way out of the situation. Whatever happens, you're going to feel okay with the situation. So don't be afraid of ending friendships. Again, ending things and starting things. If there's any kind of a power struggle, you're supposed to end those kind of things, and you have to be the one who is just giving a way to your own life. Don't try to just like wait and other people do something for you and then you're going to be disappointed after that. Don't wait for that. Create your own disappointments. That's great. I'm just kidding. What I'm trying to say is that don't wait for other people to disappoint you. If you see like a disappointment is approaching, end things. At the 12th house, I see the 6 of Cups, which is like, you know, I was talking about the karma and hidden things. Like to be happy as much as you were in the childhood, you know? And this kind of an expectation might be a little higher for the other people. Maybe you were such a happy child. I don't know. Maybe you had such blissful times, or maybe you had such expectations about like happiness, and people cannot just like reach out to that. You know, people cannot reach to that. So when it comes to expectations, I see the expectations and doing the things in a different way. You are the one who is creating those expectations, so you can end those expectations. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to be unhappy. No. But when it comes to expecting things from people, try to keep an open mind so it will not create any kind of a hidden challenge for you. You might be the one who is just like building up the problems for your own life. Don't do that. It is really unnecessary. And this month you will have enough of power to just deal and sort things out. That's what I saw for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out your sun, moon, rising at the same time, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello Gemini, how's it going? I hope everything is fine. For the people who don't know about the houses, let me just introduce you your own houses. The first house is talking about yourself, what you can do, who you are, your actions. The second house is talking about money and the values that you have. The third house has the ideas, the thought process, the way that you're communicating with the people. At the fourth house, it is all about home and the people you love. yourself. At the 5th house, we have what is making life a little better. What is making life a little livable? You know, the creativity, even romance, even children. The 6th house, we see a little bit of health and habits and daily routines, your own work. And also it is talking about the services to the other people, what you can do. At the 7th house, we have relationships, you know, the partnerships, all those kind of things. At the 8th house, we have a little death and rebirth, what you can do next. At the 9th house, we have travel, and we also have education, but in this time education is a little bit more like philosophical. The 10th house, you have the career and your recognition, your public image. At the 11th house, you have your hopes and dreams and what you can do about that. And also it's about the friendships, it's about the support, it's about the other people. At the 12th house, we have karma. That's what I can say right now. I'm going to put one card for each and then I'm going to start your reading. Let's start with the first house. Ace of Cups. How lovely. The second house is King of Cups. Okay, that is such a beautiful reading. At the third house, you have Three of Swords. Okay. At the fourth house, you have King of Wands. 2 kings already. At the 5th house, you have the Fool. The 6th house has Page of Pentacles. All right. The 7th house has 2 of Wands. The 8th house has 9 of Cups. Beautiful. The 9th house has the Empress. Your reading is grand. The 10th house has the Star. Okay. All right. Star. And the 11th house, Knight of Pentacles. The 12th house, you have King of Swords. Okay. Can you see it a little better? I don't know. Okay, my friend, what I can say about your reading is that this month you will have the potential of being so happy, and it might require a little bit of a change, but you are open to this kind of changes, and I think it is time for you to just step up for your life and focus on really nice people and nice things at the same time. And Ace of Cups at the first house is talking about like you will have the great potential to be happy. This month you are going to present yourself as a hopeful and open-minded and kind and decent and emotionally balanced person. Try to keep that image up. Try to be that person a little bit longer, because it is going to bring you a lot of happiness and a lot of growth. And I can see that King of Cups at the second house, which is talking about the money, which is talking about, you know, the monetary things a little. I think you're going to be really, really good at that thing. You will have enough of everything, and not only just like barely enough, it is like more than enough. You're going to feel really, really happy about the results of your hard work, and I think you will have your results at the end of the month. But the whole month, as I can see, that you're going to have this growth, and it is going to make you really happy. So the day 1 and the day 30, it is going to be totally different in a good way, in a really, really good way. You will see like the whole progress during the month, and it is going to make you really, really happy and excited. So at the third house, I would like to just jump out to that, because at the third house we have the Three of Swords, which is talking about a little bit of negativity and heartbreak. What I can say, that you will have this comparison in your life, what was happening before and what is happening now, and it is going to give you a little bit of a heartbreak, because you're going to see that things could be in a better way, things could go in a better way, and it didn't. And the things that have happened later on is giving you such happiness, and you feel like, if I knew before, if I knew that this could happen before, you will have those kind of thoughts. But don't torment yourself with the past. Try to focus on today and tomorrow. King of Wands at the fourth house, which is talking about you will be good enough, more than good enough to take care of your own house. Normally, if we were talking about like people, King of Wands is the person who can take care of their homes. And I can say that this month for you, it is going to be like you're going to see the things that you can take care of. You're going to be good enough. You're going to be good enough in a really good way, not like barely good enough. I don't know why, but this is really important. I know you're Gemini, and your communication should be like a really important part of your life. and it is showing a little bit of negativity, but it is just because you're focusing on the past. Maybe you have to just like learn to grow and do different things. You have to trust the progress a little bit more. At the 5th house, we have the Fool. When it comes to creativity, when it comes to life, you have to take the leap of faith when it comes to doing the things that are making you really happy. If you don't have anything that is making you really, really happy at this moment, you have to trust yourself a little. You have to just like try something different. Focus on the different things. Talk to the other people that you were not talking before. Or, just do something a little different, because it is going to bring you a lot of happiness as far as I can see. At the 6th house, I see Page of Pentacles, and the 6th house is about like health and habits and the good things that you're supposed to do. And Page of Pentacles is about like physicality. It has the physicality, to be honest with you. You might actually take care of your hair, you might take care of your skin, you might take care of your diet, not the sake of diet of course, but you can take care of whatever you are putting in your body. The holistic approach to your life might be really important, and you can actually focus on that thing for a while. You can give it a priority, and it is going to make you really, really happy and calm and really collected. Those kind of types, they're really happy, nothing can bother them. You might have that kind of a thing. So just focus on that. It will be really, really good. At the 7th house, I see 2 of Wands. If I were you, I would read it as like 2 of Wands in a love reading. Normally 2 of Wands is talking about finding yourself in the life. And the 2 of Wands in a love reading, normally it will say that you are going to find someone that you actually like. It could be like an online dating thing. It could be like a deeper relationship that you were expecting. I don't know what it is, but you are going to have enough of the chance to do that. And also you have the Ace of Cups, which is also talking about, sometimes it talks about love. So what I can say that when it comes to dealings with other people, especially when it comes to love, partnerships and marriage, you are going to have a lot of potential. If you were looking for someone, if you're looking for a new love, you are going to be, in a really lucky position to find those kind of people. It is going to make you really, really happy. At the 8th house, there is 9 of Cups. And it is talking about being calm and collected again. Nothing is bothering you. Nothing is just like making you upset. So when it comes to like important stuff, you're going to feel this confidence. You will have this confidence because you will be good enough for everything. Again, being good enough. You're going to be like, okay, I can do this thing. I don't know why, but in your reading, good enough was just the phrase that I would like to repeat myself. And the 9th house is talking about like travels and learning and growing more. And you have the Empress. You cannot grow more than that, maybe. You will have enough of achievements in your life that you are actually going to focus on what is going to happen next. There's some kind of a fulfillment, you see. There's some kind of a fulfillment that is going to make you extremely, extremely happy. And you are going to see why it is happening. And you're going to focus on that thing a little bit more. And it might require a little bit of change in the ways, as I said, the way that you're thinking, for example. The way that you're approaching to the life. You might actually focus on the holistic things. You might actually focus on like the hope, and you might have a little bit more. Do you know what is going to happen this month for you? I have a feeling that no matter what you start, it is going to bring you a really, really good result. And this good result is going to make you feel extremely happy, and you're going to feel like, I wish it was happening before. That feeling is so strong that you have no idea. At the 10th house, which is about your career, you have the Star. And normally I would read the Star as like, the hope and healing and the faith and all those kind of things. But in this reading, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to career, when it comes to recognition, when it comes to public image, you have a chance to have something more than that. You will have this chance to just show yourself to the people. People are going to recognize you for being who you are or doing what you are. And I have a feeling that you are going to have this power to show people who you are in a really good way. Your real self. You're going to have this way to show to the people that you're going to be like really popular. You're going to be like on demand. Everybody is going to just take an interest with you. They're going to focus on what you are doing. And as I said, when it comes to money and those kind of things, you have like a really strong balance in the life, and it is not going to be easy to just F it up. It is not going to be like that. You're going to keep that balance and you're going to keep that power, your maturity when it comes to emotions, your ground when it comes to life. And if you keep an open mind and if you just like do a couple of different things in your life, you're going to have all the good stuff. At the 11th house, like friendships and the companions, social life, you have Knight of Pentacles. It means that some people might actually show themselves to you to be your friend. You might have like really strong building when it comes to social life. You can go to different places, but not like for the sake of going to the different places. It is going to bring you a lot of good things, as I said. So you can have such a beautiful potential when it comes to friendships and having different people in your life. At the 12th house, you have King of Swords. You know what I would like to say? Since because there's Ace of Cups and there's King of Swords, I would like to say that you have to find the balance between your heart and your mind. This could be like a hidden challenge. If you're just like focusing on your life with the logic and the expectations, take yourself back a little and keep your faith, keep your hope, because it is going to pay off wonderfully in many ways in your life. So if you can find the balance between your mind and your heart, you are going to be really, really happy this month. That's what I saw for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out your, sun, moon, rising at the same time. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye! Hello Cancer, how is it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we are going to look at what might actually happen in April for you from one house to another. If you're not really familiar with the houses, let me tell you what they are about. First house is about the self, what you can do about what in your situation, what is your aspect, what is your action. The second house is talking about the money. The third house we see communication, the thought. The fourth house is talking about home and the support system that you have. The fifth house is about fun, romance, even like creativity, something that is making life a little bit more livable. The sixth house is talking about your health, your habits, your work, your service to the others. The seventh house is talking about relationships and the communications with the people in another level, and it could be about like partnership and etc. The eighth house is about like the major changes, like the life or death issues, what you can see, the power changes, those kind of things. At the ninth house, there's education and travel and learning and growing. The 10th house, there's like career in a general idea, your reputation, your name, your success. The 11th house is about friendships, communications with other people, but in a more platonic way, but it is also talking about the hopes and wishes. And the 12th house is about philanthropy, karma, hidden challenges. I am going to put one card for each house, and then I will speak about them later on. At the first house, you have the 10 of Cups. That is remarkable. At the second house, you have the World. All right, that is incredible. The third house, you have 7 of Pentacles. The fourth house, you have Hierophant or the Hierophant, how you are pronouncing it. I don't care. The fifth house, you have 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is showing itself a little bit more than I expected, to be honest with you. But I see like a general message is coming and I will give you that message, so don't worry about that. The sixth house, you have Page of Pentacles. Okay. The seventh house, you have King of Swords. Again, King of Swords is following us everywhere. In every reading, there was a King of Swords. The eighth house, you have 9 of Wands, 2 nines. I see. The ninth house, you have the 2 of Pentacles. The 10th house, you have Queen of Wands. That is really, really good. You have 5 of Wands at the 11th house and 9 of Cups at the 12th house. My friend, your approach to the month, the first house, what you are going to do, what you're going to present, how you are going to react. I can tell you that you're going to be really blissful. You're going to feel remarkable. Nothing is going to bother you. And since because 12th house has the 9 of cups and the first house has the 10 of cups, I can say that you will not going to have any kind of an inner battle. You're not going to have like problematic things in your life. And normally I am supposed to talk about like the 12th house at the end. I will talk about it again at the end, but I have to tell you that no matter what happens in your life this month, you are not going to fight against yourself. You're not going to find hidden challenges in your way, which is great. What you're going to do in this month, I guess, is that you might actually focus on your family and your loved ones a little bit more than usual. You can actually take care of your own body, your own habits, your own routine. I see that you are going to receive a lot of good things because at the second house, we have the world, which means that you're going to receive a lot of things. Your accomplishments are going to be in a grand manner. If you started to do something like months ago, if you were just like expecting things to just turn into in a really beautiful way, it is going to happen because you're going to receive what you are putting outside. Monetarily, you are going to feel really, really good. Nothing is going to bother you. When it comes to, how you are spending, it could be a little bit more extravagant. I'm not going to lie, but it is not going to affect you. It is not going to break your back. The third house, which is about like communications and thoughts, you might actually start to think about maybe I should have more friends. Maybe I should have different people in my life. Maybe I should focus on different things at the same time. You might have this like change of the heart, but this change of the heart is not like something all of a sudden, oh my God, this is not happening and I have to change it. No, it is more like gradually happening and you were feeling it before and now it is just showing the full effect. And you can see what is happening. You can understand your own thoughts a little better. You can just communicate in a better way. And whatever you are expecting, people are going to understand it and they're going to respect you. Until a certain point, we are going to talk about it later. The fourth house, you have the Hierophant or the Hierophant. I still don't know how you pronounce it. Everybody is pronouncing it differently. Which is talking about the institution, which is talking about the faith, learning and growing. Marriage might be important at the home. If you are married, your marriage is going to be the topic of the month. If you're not married, someone else's marriage might be the important subject in the home. The people that you are surrounding yourself with, or your family, your home, is going to see that there's going to be an importance when it comes to marriage and when it comes to sharing their life. That is why maybe, there's a family, there's like people all together. I see that quite a lot, and I see that you are going to focus on the family the most, I guess. Since because the major arcana cards at the specific houses, I can tell you that monetarily you're going to feel fine and you're going to focus on the family a lot. That's what I can say. At the fifth house, I see Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is talking about anxieties, a little bit of like negative thinking, overthinking a couple of things. If you have been like dealing with the negative stuff for far too long, you might actually think changing your ways to focus on the life. Life is not about surviving. Life is about living in a good way. And maybe you would like to expand your ways of enjoying the life as much as possible. Maybe right now you're not feeling the joy out of the things, but you have to. One way or another, you have to just focus on enjoying your life. And this month, you might actually see what is giving you the trouble and you can get rid of that thing. Whatever it is not giving you fun and joy and happiness, you might actually get rid of that thing. And it could be a little questionable at the beginning. You might actually feel like, am I going to be able to do that? And it might be giving you the anxiety for a while at least, but it is not going to be for a long-term thing. But changes, especially the changes around the people, I see like there's a huge importance in that. Changes, big changes, like major changes, like friendship situations and the fun and entertainment and those kind of things. The way that you are finding some kind of a soothing comfort from people, it might change. But this change is going to bring you more happiness. The sixth house, which is talking about the habits, which is talking about what you are providing to the people, and also it's about your health. It is talking about, the Page of Pentacles is talking about physical things a little bit more. So you might actually take interest in your own physical well-being. You can take care of yourself a little bit more. You can eat better. You can, drink a lot of water. You can do a little bit of like exercise. You can get some massages maybe. You can, focus on your skin and your hair, your outer look. From inside to outside, I see that, the holistic approach, whatever you are eating to, whatever you're wearing, everything is going to have some kind of an importance. And you might actually focus on that quite a lot. At the 7th house, I see King of Swords. The 7th house is about the relationship. But I see the logic in the relationships and, the communications with the people in another level. When it comes to, correspondences with people that you love, maybe, some kind of a heart issue, heart matter, or, if you are dealing with people in a partnership or, collaborations, those kind of things, you have to focus on your logic more than your heart. For a second or two, I'm not saying that you have to be heartless, but never underestimate your logic and never underestimate your mind, because the things that you might not see at the beginning, your mind is going to tell you, hold on a second. The 8th house, you have 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is tired and wounded warrior. This person is just like sick of things. They want a change. And I think, since because it's just like major changes, life or death issues, like something is important and it is changing. What you would like to change this month is that something that has not been going anywhere and it is bringing a lot of emotional baggage and you would like to get rid of that thing. It could be about like a friendship, to be honest with you. Why I think like that, the 3rd house, the 8th house, and the 11th house is just talking about like the way that we are talking to people and, our communications with the people, and also the 5th house as well. The things that are not bringing you joy, you have to be a little bit of like Marie Kondo. Does this spark joy? No? Okay. Then get rid of that. And it could be about friendships as well. So if any friend of yours that is not bringing you any kind of a joy, and in fact, this person is taking out of the joy from the life, please stay away from that person. You can do better. You can do better. Yeah. You have to just focus on that, because I see blissful way of approach, and I also see like really happiness. The happiness is guaranteed in this reading. So you have to focus on the happiness instead of you are focusing on the people. And it is requiring a little bit of logic. Okay. The 9th house, 2 of Pentacles, which is talking about a little bit of like side hustles, doing 2 different things at the same time, multitasking. And I also see a little bit of like travel. Maybe you can have the chance to just go to somewhere else to do something different. But I see that if you would like to expand your mind, you have to focus on different things at the same time. And I was mentioning about that in another reading. But sometimes when you are having the side hustle, your main hustle grows. And when you're focusing on your main hustle, your side hustle grows. And it is creating some kind of a balance. And you might actually require that kind of a balance in your life. So keep an open mind when it comes to learning and growing and focusing on different things. Because if you just like keep focusing on the similar things all over, it might bring you a little bit of overthinking for no good reason. Don't do that. At the 10th house, I see Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is the person who happens to be really, really good at whatever they are doing. And since because it's in the career house, I can say that you are going to have such a brilliant career this month. You're going to have a lot of success. And I also see the world. I mean, come on, you're going to have a lot of success. And this success is going to make you really, really popular. People are going to see what you are doing. People are going to be focusing on what you are doing. They are going to be interested with your work. That's what I can say. And maybe that is why you're going to feel extremely happy too. You are winning at the career side. At the 11th house, I see a little bit of argument, a little bit of disagreement with the people, a little bit of like competition, a little bit of rivalry. And it's supposed to talk about the friendships, but I can see that inner and outer conflict when it comes to dealing with people. What you expect and what you see is not aligned. And also, some people are taking advantage of your situation. Someone is abusing your resources. They're abusing you maybe in one way or another. You have to just put an end to it. To have an alignment with inner and outer perspective in your life, you have to just Stop fighting with the people. Stop trying to, why those people are doing this to me? You have to stop thinking like that, and you have to just like, if this person is acting in this way, they are not going to be in my life anymore. You have to find that way to express yourself, I guess. And it might take a little time, but it is going to bring you better friends and better people in general. And at the 12th house, I can say that you are not going to feel terrified. You're not going to feel blindsided by the things. You will reap what you sow, and you sow really, really good things. That's what I see. Because, you know, this is talking about like, I wanted something for far too long, and now finally it is happening. And it is making me really, really happy, and it is making me really, really proud. So what I can say from the 12th to 1st house, I can say you will have calm. I know what I am doing, man. No one can take it away from me. You will have that kind of an approach, and it is going to be really, really effective. And that is all I saw for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out your other things, you know, the rising and the moon, and if this is your sun. Never forget that reading of 3 might be really, really important in this reading, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello Leo, how's it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we are going to look from your houses. So let me tell you about the houses a little bit. The first house is talking about who you are, your desires, and what you do, you know, as a self, what you are. It is really important. The second house, it is talking about the money, and it is talking about the values, and, you know, the possessions, what you have in the life. The third house, we are talking about the communications, your thoughts, your ideas in general. At the fourth house, we are talking about the home and the support system and the people that you love. The fifth house is talking about the fun, enjoyment in life a little bit more, and also it is about a little bit romance and, you know, the children, those kind of things. And the sixth house is talking about the growth of the health, you know, the routine and what you do, what you serve, those kind of things. And the seventh house is about relationships and partnerships and also collaborations. But, you know, most of the time it is about romance, I'm not going to lie. Eighth house is talking about the major changes, major life differences, life or death issues, you know, the death and rebirth, those kind of things. The ninth house is talking about education and travel and interesting things in life. I'm really curious about that. The 10th house is success, and it is about the career, what you have and what people are seeing. So your reputation, your public image. 11th house is about, you know, the friendships and the social life, but it is also about your hopes and wishes as well. And the 12th house is talking about hidden challenges, a little bit of karma, abstract thinking, but it is like really, really important in general. So let's just see what we are going to see at the first house. King of Swords. Literally something is bewitched my King of Swords. It is in every reading right now. Something is happening with the King of Swords, I guess. Anyways, we will see. The second house has the Empress. Empress at the second house is really, really good. The third house has Page of Pentacles. Okay. The fourth house has Two of Cups. The Hermit at the fifth house. Okay. The sixth house, I have the World for you. Okay. Intriguing. The seventh house, Seven of Cups. The 8th house, 9 of Cups. This guy is also showing its face quite a lot. All right. The 9th house, we have Temperance. The 10th house, Justice. How many major arcanas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 major arcanas. Okay. Ace of Cups. What is going on? And the 12th house, Six of Pentacles. All right. Leo. King of Swords is talking about being logical one, being the professional one. Whatever you're going to do this month, you're going to keep your professional setting. Nothing is going to bother you because you're going to keep it professional way. You're not going to take it personally. You're not going to take it like something is attacking me in a bad way. No, you're going to see it as like, okay, this person is acting in this way because of this and that. You're going to, you know, I'm not saying that you're going to normalize it, but you're going to put your logic in it. And when you put your logic in it, you're going to see why it is happening. And when you see why it is happening, you're going to find solution. So what I can say that no matter what happens this month, you are going to keep this understanding of like what you should do, and it is going to benefit you the most. Even though you're not just like focusing on your own benefits, you are going to focus on different people at the different timing. But what I can see that everyone is going to benefit of your logic, which is great. At the second house, we have Empress, and Empress is about abundance. It is Venus. I guess you're going to be the best. Yes. You know why? It's because you have been working on the things for far too long, and they're going to pay off, and that is why you're going to have a lot of things. The Empress is independent. She doesn't need anyone. She doesn't need anyone. She can do whatever she wants. And it is not a problem at all. And I think monetarily you're going to be in that position as well. You are not going to need anyone else for help. You're not going to need someone else's help when it comes to money. You're going to have your own dealings, and it is not going to be bothersome. And you might actually have new things that are happening as well, but you're going to see later on in the month, I guess. At the third house, I see Page of Pentacles. And Page of Pentacles is about like, I can do what I would like to do. I can start what I would like to start. It can talk about that approach as well. So when it comes to talking with other people, or when it comes to like dealings with the life, you might have your own logic more than everyone else. So which means that you are going to be the one who is starting the conversation, and you are the one who is ending it. And it is not a bad thing. It is really, really attractive. And for a reason, I mean, you're Leo, of course, but you're going to attract a lot of people in a different way. People are going to look at you for different reasons, but for mostly I see love and connections might be really important. And I see at the fourth house there's Two of Cups. If you are single, you might meet with someone that you might actually think of getting married to. Someone that is going to be your partner in crime. You might have that kind of a conversation with someone that is important. And I'm not just reading because of the houses. I'm just looking to the general reading as like, you know, if it was not talking about the houses. I mean, there's Ace of Cups and Two of Cups. So what I see that when it comes to home, when it comes to dealings with the family, I see that a relationship is going to be really important. If you don't have anyone in your life, you might meet with someone that might be important. If you have anyone in your life, it means that you might actually focus on this relationship in another level, which is good, which is great. But I also see that if you would like to enjoy life this month, you might keep your solitude a little bit more. You would like to do things alone, cool, calm, and collected person who is just dealing with the life. And I also see that, which is like an intuitive and also like the card meaning message, you might learn something for fun. Are you one of those people, you know, who is learning things for fun? You know, there are some people out there just learning languages because LOLs. You might learn something that it is going to benefit you the most, no one else, but it is going to benefit you the most at the beginning. But you're going to find a lot of enjoyment in it. You might enjoy your alone time because you might need it. This is what it says. At the sixth house, we have the World. Health-wise, I can say that you're going to be good. You don't have to do a lot of things. You don't have to change a lot of things. In the other readings, I was just mentioning about like you have to change this and you have to do that. But I cannot say that for you because you're going to have your results. If you were like trying to take care of yourself beforehand, you are going to have the results. For argument's sake, if you were using sunscreen, it is going to pay off. If you have been using serums to just brighten your skin, it is going to pay off. If you have been taking care of what you were eating, it is going to pay off. If you have been dealing with your hair, it is going to pay off. If you're trying to grow your hair, it is going to pay off. No matter what you do, this month you're going to receive the results. So you have to just focus on what you might actually have and don't give up. That's what I can say. When it comes to your own habits, when it comes to your own routine, try to have different things as much as possible, but not in a confusing way. In more like a complex way, but this complex situation is not creating confusion. I see, the happiness. I see calm and decent person who is enjoying their lives. So this is what you should focus on, I guess. At the seventh house, I forgot which one was that. At the seventh house, you have the Seven of Cups. And the seventh house is talking about relationships and everything. And we already talked about the relationship, didn't we? So what I can say that if you don't have anyone in your life, you might meet with this person online and you might have a lot of expectations about this person. You might get really, really excited. Take care before you put all of your mind in it. I mean, I don't see any kind of a problem. I just give it as like a caution to a friend. Take care. Don't invest yourself too fast at this. Let's see what is going to happen. Okay, just keep an open mind when it comes to relationship. If you were just like, no, I don't, I'm not really into online dating, of course, you can choose it for yourself, but don't close yourself off to many different things at the same time, because it would be unnecessary, to be honest with you. The eighth house, you have the Nine of Cups, and this guy is really happy. This guy is really confident. This guy is really proud. Whatever is giving you the problem, unease that you are having in your life, you are going to end things. And these ends are going to be really, really poetic, so to say. This guy is also alone here, just sitting themselves alone, like hermit. You're going to find a lot of enjoyment in your solitude, but don't take it as like, I have to be, alone no matter what. You don't have to. Independence might be really important, but don't let it just fool you because you're happy right now or because you're, content right now. It doesn't mean that, blissful happiness is not real. It is real and it is going to happen, but you have to keep an open mind. The ninth house, you have the Temperance. I see a little bit of travel. And this travel is for good reasons. If you are going to learn things, it is going to balance your life out. And I think in the main theme of the month, I can say that quite clearly, that I have been mentioning about this in the other readings, but balancing things out with the different things at the same time, which means like if you have a hustle, you might have a side hustle to balance it out. Don't focus on just one thing. Focus on different things. And if you focus on different things at the same time, you're going to find really good balance in your life. Don't close yourself to the balance of the life. Oh my God, do you see that? Two of Cups, Temperance, and there's a Justice, which is directly talking about the balance. Come on. Anyways, when it comes to 10th house, I can say that if you were looking for a job, you're going to find one. If you were looking for a progress in your career, you're going to find one. If you would like to have some paperwork, if you would like to sign some contracts, you're going to sign some contracts and you are going to get what you need. You will get what you should. It is like no one is going to fool you. No one is trying to take advantage of you. When it comes to career, you see the money-wise, you're going to be the Empress. When it comes to career and, the progress of the career, you're going to have the Justice. No one is fooling the Empress. No one. At the 11th house, what we were talking about the 11th house, friendships, the communications with the people, but mostly your ideas and your hopes. I think you're going to meet with someone that you are going to meet with this person as like a friend, but this friendship might turn into love. New beginnings is really, really important in this thing. And you are going to have what you desire. Your hopes and wishes. Normally when I was talking about the 11th house at the other readings, I was just focusing on the social life, the other people thing. But I would like to talk about the inner expectations, and your wishes and your hopes are going to find a way to create itself. You will manifest the things that you would like to manifest the most, I guess. This month you are going to be really, really lucky in that thing. You're going to have no problems at all. And just be careful with the illusions of the situation for a certain while. But I also would like to talk about this thing because I was mentioning in another reading. King of Swords and Ace of Cups is talking about you have to balance your emotions and your logic. Again, balance. Balance is screaming in this reading. At the 12th house, I see 6 of Pentacles. You might actually look for a way to give to other people in your hidden challenges or your karma. I think you should give to the world as much as you are getting, and you will get a lot. So you should share with the people who are in need. It doesn't have to be the people, but you know what I'm trying to say. You can actually give your abundance to the other people as well. It could be about the ideas, it could be about the conversations, it could be about heart-to-heart conversations mostly, but it could be about emotional things, but it could be material things as well. So don't keep the money to yourself. If you would like to manifest the world that you would like to live in, you have to give it to the other people as well. So you could share your whatever you have. If you share it, it is going to enhance, it is going to just like expand. If you share one, you're going to get two, for example. So you can be careful about that a little bit more. And that is what I saw for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising at the same time. Hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello Virgo, how's it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we are going to look at what is going to happen in April from different houses. If you're not really familiar with the houses, let me tell you briefly. First house is talking about the self and what you can do, your own actions and desires. The second house is talking about money or what you want. The third house, we can see communications and the ideas and the thought process. The fourth house is talking about home. Fifth house is talking about the creativity and romance and fun, what is making life better. The sixth house is talking about the habits. The seventh house is talking about the relationships, partnerships, marriage, and sometimes it talks about collaborations. Eighth house is talking about life or death issues, the big changes, major changes. The ninth house is about travel and also learning, the philosophy of the life. The 10th house is talking about the career and the success. 11th house is talking about your wishes, your hopes, and also it is about, the friends. The 12th house is talking about karma and hidden challenges even. I'm going to put one card for each house and we are going to look at once. The first house has 2 of Pentacles. Okay, multitasking. The second one has 3 of Cups. The third house, you have you have the 3 of Pentacles in your third house. Groundbreaking. The fourth house, you have the Lovers. The fifth house, you have Queen of Swords. The sixth house has Ace of Swords. All right, new beginning. The eighth house has Hermit, and eighth house has the Death. The death house has a death, but it doesn't mean someone is gonna die. Don't worry about that. The ninth house has the Page of Cups. Interesting. The 10th house has 9 of Swords. This card is showing itself quite a lot. Shockingly, you don't have King of Swords yet, and it was in all of the readings. At the 11th house, you have the Devil, and the 12th house, you have the 3 of Swords. Okay. First and foremost, I have to tell you, you will have a nice and pleasant month. Don't be afraid because there's Devil or, the Swords or whatever, or Death. Don't worry about that, okay? Whatever happens this month, you are going to have this multitasking, I can deal with everything at the same time, I can juggle with the life as much as I want kind of an attitude, which is great. Because life is going to throw you a lot of different things at the same time, and you will have the willpower to deal with every one of them with good heart, with the good intentions. But I can say that no matter what you do this month, don't overdo it because it will be really unnecessary, but it doesn't mean that you have to just keep yourself away from the things. We are going to talk about it because, you don't have to be shy. You don't have to be shy. There's no need to be shy, but it doesn't mean that you have to overthink or overdo the things. It is really unnecessary at a certain point. So what I can say that in life, what you can do this month is keep an open mind and work really hard, but also play really hard. Playing really hard means 3 of Cups, and you have it. You're going to have a lot of enjoyment in your life this month. I can see that. When it comes to money, when it comes to the resources that you have, I have a feeling that you will have enough of to spend, and you will spend in a grand manner, I can say. Doesn't mean that, you're going to spend all of the money that you have, but you will have, this mindset of I can spend it and I can put it back later on, which is great. And you can actually have a lot of enjoyment in life. And also you can share it with the people too. You're not going to do it by yourself. There are a couple of things that you're going to do it by yourself, but not that. Not that. So when it comes to money, You're going to share it when it comes to responsibilities regarding the money. You are also going to share it. 3 of Pentacles is talking about, working with people, working with different kind of people. So your communication might actually build upon you are dealing with your co-workers. I'm going to talk about it later on because the devil is also like the business side of, I'm going to look at from the business side, and dealings with your co-workers, dealings with the people that you share the same environment when it comes to work. It is going to be really important. And I see a progress. If there was a problem before, it is going to be solved. And if you are not really having good kind of conversations with the people that you have been working with, you are going to find really good ways to explain yourself to those people. You're going to understand them better. So when it comes to work life and the people that you have been dealing with, and when it comes to like the friendships and those kind of things, you're going to have a really solid ground when it comes to communication. At the 4th house, we have the Lovers, my friend. Someone's love life is going to be important at the home. Unshockingly, it was really important in many readings, and I see that in you as well. If you're single, if you're looking for a love, you might actually meet with someone that you can actually think of getting married with this person. But if you're not believing in marriage, and if you're not believing in relationships at all, it means that home life is going to be fun. And if you have been dealing with like changes of the home, if you would like to live in another town or another place, you might have your chance to do that. You will have options when it comes to changing the things regarding the home, and you will use this change in a really good way. The 5th house, which is talking about fun and romance, and you have the Queen of Swords. You will be in charge of doing the things. So if you have children, that's what I would like to focus on. If you have children, you might actually have a lot of things regarding them. You might actually focus on them a little bit more. For argument's sake, you are single, you don't have children, and you are just like minding your own business. It means that you're going to learn quite a lot, and you're going to create your own enjoyment in life. You can start something new. You can focus on different things. You can learn different things. I don't know why, but learning and expanding your mind is really important. And Ace of Swords is also talking about that, by the way. New beginnings, new communications, new understandings, new way of approach. The 6th house is talking about your health and your habits, your routine, and also what you give to the other people. What I can say about this, that this month you might actually start something new. Some other people might take an interest, and they might start their own thing as well. If you would like to focus on your eating, for example, I'm just giving it as an example. You're just like being really careful with what you're eating. For example, you're not eating gluten anymore. Let's say that way. You're not eating gluten. You're being really careful with that. Some people might think, hey, maybe I should try that out. Maybe I should try paleo because my Virgo friend is also trying that. They might have that kind of an interest with you. But you have to start what you are doing for yourself, not for the other people's opinions or whatever. It is going to pay off wonderfully. So it is really great month for you to start new things. The 7th house, you have the Hermit. And normally 7th house is talking about the relationships and partnerships, the collaborations and everything. And the Hermit is a alone card. But it doesn't mean that you have to be alone. It doesn't mean that. You might actually focus on doing things alone. You might not have any kind of an expectation when it comes to love, when it comes to, whatever. But it doesn't have to be alone. It doesn't have to be like, what it is. Just because everyone else is really unhappy, everyone who has relationships are unhappy around you, it means that you are going to be unhappy too. Maybe you have to be the one who is showing them how to be happy. And like showing to the other people, teaching to the other people, fixing the things for the other people is really important in your reading for this month. Never forget that. I don't see that you're going to be alone and you're not going to find the love. If you are looking for love, you're going to find it. If you're looking for like happiness, you're going to find it. But don't assume, don't just compare your happiness with the other people. Create your own happiness, and people are going to see that and they're going to take it as an example. That's what I'm trying to say. The 8th house has the Death, which means ending things. So what it means that if there's something that has been bothering you for far too long, and those things, what I'm trying to say here is that no matter what is ending and what is restarting, let's say in that way, you're going to start in a better way. So if you are feeling like, okay, I have to restart, I have to start over, don't feel all the progress is going away. No, Doesn't happen in that way. All the progress is coming with you, but all the failures are going away. So don't feel that you should not end things and you have to keep going with the things that are making you unhappy. You have to focus on your happiness. You have to focus on what you would like to achieve in the life. And this month is going to provide you a lot of opportunities to see where you at in life. At the 9th house, I see Page of Cups, and I mentioned that you shouldn't just like shy away from doing things, different things. If you would like to travel, if you would like to go another place, if you would like to move to another home, you might actually find the opportunity to do so. But if you shy away from using that opportunity, you might not feel really great about that. You are just like sure about something at the work. You have to tell people. You shouldn't shy away from different things. Don't shy away from learning different things. If you keep an open mind, as I said from the beginning, if you keep an open mind and if you keep this multitasking attitude, you're going to receive a lot of good things. And you know what? Some people might actually offer you a couple of things in this way. You might have different types of offers, especially when it comes to work. I see that quite often, and I also see it could be about love as well. Some people might take an interest in you. That was the side message. At the 10th house, you have the 9 of Swords. Don't feel afraid, because at the 2nd house, which is about like money and your resources, you have all the good stuff. And the career is a little bit like maybe you're overdoing the things by yourself. Maybe. Just saying, don't turn things into like an anxiety issue. Overthinking and overdoing is not going to help you to create a better career. So just enjoy your life, look at different things and balance things out. Keep an open mind. It is going to happen anyways. You don't have to push yourself for far too long. At the 11th house, you have the Devil. So what I can say that, the friendships, the people that you have been dealing with, it is going to be related to work. And what I can say that all the people that you have been dealing with, as a friend even, they're going to turn into co-workers one way or another. You might work with your friends later on in your life. So, you can have those kind of differences. And also what I would like to say that don't feel the pressure to do things in your own way and your way only. It could create an obsession. You should just keep an open mind so your wishes and your hopes shouldn't turn into an obsession. And there's a fine line between an obsession and desire. You have to see that. You have to understand it. To understand and see it, you have to keep an open mind and you have to multitask and focus on different things and keep the balance. At the 12th house, I see a little bit of a heartbreak, which is, the hidden challenges in this month might be like something that you have been expecting to happen. It might turn into, reality, but it might not create the happiness that you were expecting. You can achieve your goal, but if it is turning into an obsession and you're achieving that later, it is not going to create the happiness. It might create the sadness. Now, what am I going to do? Kind of a sadness. Some people are having it quite often. They are just like focusing on one thing and one thing only, and they have it and they feel like emptiness out of it. Like, so what? So what? What's next? So don't feel like that. Not to feel like it, you have to, as I said, open your mind, be multitasking, as I said, and don't shy away from life. Don't shy away from ending things. Don't shy away from talking to the people. Don't shy away from spending money. That's what I saw for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out the others, the sun, moon, rising at the same time, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye! Hello Libra, how is it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we are going to look at what might actually happen in April, and we are going to look from one house to another. I will tell you what houses are about. If you are interested, you're going to have one card for each house. The first house is talking about self, doing things on your own, what you can do in life. The second house is about money. The third house is talking about the communications, how you are corresponding with the people. And also it is about the ideas and thoughts. The fourth house is about home and support system. Fifth house is about the fun and what is making life less miserable. And the sixth house is about your works and your routine, and also it's about your health and your habits. The seventh house is about the relationships and collaborations and the marriage. The eighth house is about changing big things, like big events, life-changing events. The ninth house is talking about travel, learning, growing. 10th house is about career and public image. The 11th house is about hopes and wishes and also about people and social life. The 12th house is about karma. So I'm going to put one card for each house and we are going to look at what is happening as a whole. Okay, your first card is beaming. You see that? You have the sun. The second house has the Two of Swords. All right. The third house has the Devil. The fourth house has the Wheel of Fortune. You have 3 major arcana already. The fifth house has Three of Swords. Three of Swords is showing itself quite a lot, but it doesn't have the meaning as usual. The sixth house has Six of Swords. Okay. Okay. The seventh house has the Lovers. Groundbreaking. You know, the flowers in spring. Groundbreaking. The 8th house has the 9 of Swords. The 9th house has the King of Wands. Alright. 10th house has the Page of Swords, which is great. I see what is happening. The 11th house has the 3 of Cups. I mean, it couldn't be better. Like the same. Anyways, we are going to talk about it. And the 12th house has the Queen of Swords. Okay. Libra. How is it going, my friend? Let's start with the first house. No matter what happens this month, you are going to have this cheerful attitude and nothing is going to break your heart, even though there's 3 of Swords. Okay, we are going to talk about it, but you know, it is not going to be really, really effective and it is not going to be bad. You will keep your position in life. You are going to feel fine, you're going to feel really, really happy, and you're going to see the results of your hard work, which is going to make you extremely happy. So what you can do in a general way, I can say that you will be positive about the things. You will keep your positive attitude and it is going to be really effective. But I can say that at the second house, when it comes to money, you might have like doubts in your mind what you can do about the money, if you're going to have enough of money, or can you spend this money for something specific. You might deal with those kind of things in your mind for a while. You would like to see what is going to happen next. You would like to see everything as crystal clear, but you might, you know, not really see it at the beginning. But it doesn't mean that it is going to go like that all month. Okay, what I can say when it comes to money and when you're having the doubt of like, should I spend it or should I not spend it, wait for another day. I mean, if something is pushing you to be like in a hurry, oh my god, you have to pay it now, you have to give it now, you have to buy it now, don't do it. Why? I mean, is there any kind of a scarcity going on? Is there anything going on that you might not find it tomorrow? What is the emergency? What is the emergency? Just, you know, ask yourself, what is so emergent that I have to spend my money now? Honestly, you're going to see that it is just like a burden to your heart and burden to your mind, nothing else. At the third house, I see the Devil. It is talking about a little bit of like obsession and negative way of thinking, but it doesn't have to be like that. And it is also talking about the work. Probably the communications that you're going to have this month is going to be about work, but don't obsess over it. As I said, if you're just like thinking, is this way or never, it is definitely not this way. You know, never is better option than this way. I can tell you that. And also it is not like never, but you know, you are thinking like that because you're anxious. I can see. And also I see that you can deal with those kind of things with your positive attitude. So you don't have to just like focus on the negative things all over. At the fourth house, we have the Wheel of Fortune. You're going to be really, really lucky. You're going to feel really blessed. You're going to feel happy. If you have been seeking for a new home, you're going to find it. If you are looking for, you know, a move out, you would like to go to somewhere else, you're going to do that. If you would like to be happy with your family, and if you would like to heal some wounds, you're going to do it. It's going to be really easy for you to do so. You know, the luck is in your side when it comes to home, when it comes to family, when it comes to support system. You will have a lot. And maybe that is why you're going to feel really happy, you know? At the fifth house, we have the Three of Swords. I can tell you that the things that's supposed to give you the enjoyment, the things that should make you really happy, is not making you really happy. And you have to end things. Something is just not really there, something is off, and it's supposed to give you the fun, it's supposed to give you the excitement, and it is not giving you the excitement. It could be about love. If you're in this relationship that is not really making you happy, that person doesn't have to be toxic, by the way. You're just unhappy. Just end things, because you're going to find better things. It's not like this or never. Never forget that. I think your reading has this meaning of like this or never is not a real thing. The sixth house has the Six of Swords, which is like starting something new, doing something better for yourself, focusing on the nice things, and also moving out. If you feel not really happy at the place that you are living at this moment, you can always leave. Never forget that. If you think that starting over is a good idea, then do it. But don't obsess over an idea and just do the same thing over and over, because it is not going to bring you the change, or it is not going to bring you the happiness. And when it comes to health, when it comes to your habits and your daily routine, there are a couple of things that you should change, definitely. And you can actually focus on those kind of things. At the seventh house, we have the Lovers. Romantic relationships might be really important. You might meet with someone that you might actually like quite a lot. If you have someone in your life, things might actually change in a better way. If you are like happy, and if you would like to keep this happiness, it is going to happen. Don't worry about that. But if you don't have anyone in your life, you will have more than one option. I see that all over in your reading. At the eighth house, you have the Nine of Swords, which is talking about there's something bothering your mind and you have to face it. You have to end whatever it is bothering your mind. You have to end what is bothering your mind and the things bothering your mind. And it is going to be easier than you think. You will be lucky in it. But just think like, why am I feeling in this way? Why it is giving me this anxiety? Why it is just rushing me? Why this thing is always asking me to be in an emergent position? Like, why this person thinks that I am ready for the service at any time this person is giving me the phone call? Why this person is thinking that I'm going to receive that phone call? Why this person is just thinking that I am going to respond to a text message in a second? Why do I have to do that? If you feel like it, if you think like that, you're going to find a really good solution to your situation, I guess. Ninth house, you have the King of Wands, which means that you are open to learn and grow and go to different places and be the nicest person as possible. You know, I see that you have full of potentials, and with the Sun, I can say that you can achieve a lot of things in your life when it comes to especially learning and also going somewhere else. You are going to do the things that is giving you the passion. You know, you're going to focus on your passion, but don't turn your passion into obsession. The 10th house is about Page of Swords, and Page of Swords is about pure talent and learning and growing. Again, you are going to achieve a lot of things. It is going to be a slow progress, but it is going to happen anyways. So just focus on the progress instead of the result, like immediate results. What do you have, what you can give to the people, what you can start, and what you can focus on. If you focus on those kind of things, you're going to have your results one way or another. And 11th house, I see really good friends. So you might actually focus on your good kind of friendships. If you have been like not really talking to your friends, like your real friends, maybe you should focus on them a little bit more. If you have been neglecting your friends, you can give them a call. You can just make them your priority. And if you focus on your friendships, you have a lot of things to celebrate, and you're going to see that, and they're going to make you extremely happy. You have to keep this, cheerful position in life to see the happiness in your life. And not because you have to fool yourself, you have to think like, oh my God, I'm so happy even though you're bleeding inside. No, you have a lot of things to feel blessed, and you're going to see that the moment that you are focusing the life with the cheerful position. The 12th house, there's a Queen of Swords, which is talking about a woman. And I see there's going to be a woman who is being a little bit of a bully, a little bit of like too harsh. And you might not expect that. And this person might be your mother. This person might have an importance in your life. And I don't know why, but I wanted to see it as like a real woman, because, when I say real woman, sometimes, just because there's a queen and king, it doesn't mean that it has to be men and women. But I see a woman in here who happens to be really important. And this person knows a little bit more than you know, and they might try to catch you by your ignorance of the things. Oh, you don't know that? They might actually make fun of these kind of things. So be careful what you're saying to the people. Be careful what kind of people that you're dealing with, and surround yourself with really good kind of people so other people cannot just like mess with you. That's what I saw for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out the other things, the sun, moon, rising at the same time. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello Scorpio, how is it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we are going to look at your April. What is going to happen in April? And I'm going to look at from the houses. If you don't know the meanings of the houses, let me tell you a little things about them. The first house is talking about the self, what you can do, your desires and your actions. The second house is talking about the money and resources. The third house is talking about the communications and the thoughts and ideas. The fourth house is talking about home. The fifth house is talking about the fun and the things that are being really enjoyable in life. And the sixth house is talking about the habits and the health and what you are doing as like a work. The seventh house is about relationships. The eighth house is about major life-changing events. The ninth house is about learning and growing and traveling. The 10th house is about your career in general. The 11th house is associations and the friends and also hopes and desires. And the 12th house is about like the hidden messages in the life and hidden challenges in the life. I'm going to put one card for each and then I'm going to read everything at once. The first house, you have the 10 of Swords. Don't feel intimidated. I know what it is. Okay? And also we can put some clarifiers as well later on. The second house, you have the World, which is great, incredible even. The third house, you have the 3 of Cups, as it should be. At the fourth house, you have the Page of Swords. The fifth house, you have the Queen of Swords. The sixth house, you have the Lovers. A little bit of intimacy. If you're not ready for it, be ready for it. The seventh house, you have the Ace of Wands, definite intimacy, definite action. The eighth house, you have the King of Wands. The ninth house, you have the Hierophant or Hierophant, however you are pronouncing it. The 10th house, you have the Death. The 11th house, you have the Strength. How many major cards that you have? Oh my god, a lot. And the 12th house, we have the 3 of Swords. Don't worry, 3 of Swords is showing itself quite often. Scorpio, my friend, no matter what happens this month, you are going to feel a little tired maybe. You might feel a little, I'm done with this thing. A little bit like upset, a little bit like tired, mostly tired. That's what I see. So take care of your health. What you can do for yourself and how you can actually present yourself to the world is by getting some rest and not minding a lot of things. Just let it go. And this letting go is not like I don't give a shit. No, it is not like that. It is like I gave a lot of shit before, but now I am done. There is a little difference, and I think you know that. What you can have this month is a little bit like tiresome. Sweetheart, I see a little bit of action when it comes to intimacy. And sometimes you can have sleepless nights. You know what I'm trying to say. Sometimes overdoing things, let's say in that way, sometimes overdoing things might put you in this, I'm so tired, I need a sick day. That's what I'm trying to say. You might have those kind of days this month, but it doesn't mean that it has to be like bad. And in fact, I'm going to put a clarifier on the first house to see why this tired face, why this like upset, why this like negativity, like oh my god, I'm done with this thing. Why? Yeah, because you overdid it. That's why. Don't try to overdo things. You will have this tendency of overdoing things, but even though it is enjoyable, you have to just like check yourself for a second or two so you can keep your vigor, okay? At the second house, you have the World, which means that in money house, you have the World. You can spend a lot of money, but it doesn't mean that you are going to spend more than you are earning. So you're going to earn a lot and you're going to spend accordingly. And the money that you will have is going to make you really, really happy. If you were expecting any kind of a money, it might actually come to your hand and you might actually feel really, really good about it. Wait is over. You have the money. Everything is good. Everything is solid. So monetarily, you're going to feel fine. That's what I can say. And you know, actually, when it comes to career-wise, you are going to have a lot of big changes and those big changes are going to pay off wonderfully. But of course, we're going to talk about it later. At the third house, when it comes to communication and when it comes to thought process, you have this joyful, a little bit too much of partying, a little bit too much of overdoing a couple of things. But you know, you're going to be really social. You're going to talk to a lot of people and those people are going to bring a lot of happiness to your life. But don't overdo it. I don't know why, but overdoing is going to make you feel like I'm done. At the 4th house, you have the Page of Swords. When it comes to family, when it comes to home, you might actually observe a couple of things, and you might see what other people are doing, and you might think like maybe doing the other people, whatever other people are doing, is a good idea. But not really, not always is the case, right? So just learn and grow, but it doesn't mean that you have to act on it immediately. But I can say that if you're looking for a new home, you might have this search online. If you're just like, okay, I would like to change the place that I am living, you might actually do this search online. And you can find a really good place if you're searching online. Just keep an open mind when it comes to changing homes and whatever. It can actually bring you a lot of happiness if you keep this open mind. At the 5th house, you have the Queen of Swords. I asked in another reading, and I'm going to ask you again. Are you one of those types that who is finding joy out of learning new things? You know, some people are learning new languages out of fun. I see someone is growing and learning, and in a really enjoying manner. You're going to find the fun of being logical. I don't know how to explain it. Trusting your own logic, trusting your own truth and facts is going to bring a lot of fun. You're going to be really creative when it comes to learning new things. Your creation is going to be at the peak, so use it carefully. At the 6th house, I see the Lovers, which I talked about it. A little bit of intimacy. Never forget to understand that you're a human and you need things. You have your needs. Okay, but as I said from the beginning, don't overdo things as well. Keeping yourself in balance, keeping yourself in check might be important, and especially when it comes to like intimacies and those kind of things. Take care, be respectful to your own body. That's what I can say. And if you be respectful to yourself, other people are going to respect you more. That is what I see. At the 7th house, I see Ace of Wands, which is like a new passion, new beginning. And if you are single, if you have no one in your life, it means that you can actually meet with someone that is going to make you excited to the clouds. And I see a lot of clouds, by the way, when I just looked at it. Okay. You are going to feel really, really excited. If you have a relationship with someone, your relationship might turn into something else. You know, you can have like a little bit of more, a little bit more than that, whatever you have, which is good. But as I said from the beginning, don't overdo it. Don't rush into things. Don't just push yourself. Don't push your body, don't push your mind. I know you are passionate about things. Be calm, be collected, because it is going to be important later on. You know, the 8th house is talking about like the big changes, life-changing events, and I see someone who is in charge. So no matter what happens in your life, you're going to be in charge. No matter what happens, you're going to see what is happening and what other people are trying to do. Normally, I would read it as like another person, but I see this person is you. I see that it's no one else but you. You're going to have this power. You're going to have this charisma. You're going to have the charisma of a person who knows they are doing. And use it well. Use it well. If you don't like something, change it. You can change it. You can negotiate. You can negotiate. You will have the high ground to negotiate with the people, and you can do that. You can definitely do that. At the 9th house, I see Hierophant, which is like also learning. You might focus on, literally, you can focus on something that you can actually learn and grow from that. Higher education might be important. If you are writing down your thesis, it might be important. If you're just like focusing on your major, it might be important. Are you doing double major? It might be important. Learning and growing is like really underlined in your reading. And also I see death in your career, which means a big change, a significant change. Whatever was not working out before, it is going to work out later on. It doesn't mean that things are going to die down and you're going to feel hopeless and miserable. Maybe there are some points in your life that, oh my God, it is not paying off. But no, it is going to pay off in a different way. Right now, you are focusing on from one perspective, but it is going to pay off in another level. And you're going to see those kind of changes. And I can say that if you are unemployed, you're going to find a job. That is going to be the change. And if you are employed, you're going to change your job, or you're going to find like a better thing, or you're going to have this opportunity to rise to another position. So things are changing. It is not going to stay as it is now. And you're going to benefit from the situation quite a lot because you're going to learn a lot. You're going to grow a lot. At the 11th house, I see the strength, which is like healthy ego, right? And when it comes to your hopes and your wishes and all those sorts, you will have the power to do those kind of things by yourself. But also it is talking about the friendships. So even though you can do it by yourself, do you want to do it by yourself? You're going to question those kind of things. And I see a lot of communication with the different people, and I see the negotiation with the people. So what I can say that this month, no matter what happens, you will be able to talk about it. You see? You will be able to deal with those kind of things in a grand manner, keeping your grace up. You will feel good about yourself. You will feel calm and collected about yourself. Now, I said that in the 12th house again in another reading, and I'm going to say it again. 3 of Swords is like achieving something but not finding the joy out of it. It is not like you're failing and everything is going miserable. Again, I have to tell you, it is not going to happen in that way, especially when it comes to money and career. You're going to achieve something, but is it going to make you really happy? You have to question those kind of things. You have to negotiate. Just because things are happening in a fast pace, it doesn't mean that it is going to make you really, really happy. Keep it calm, keep it collected, but you will find a really good solution for your life because you will have the high ground and you will have the options, you will have the solutions, you will have the learning curve, and you will keep your creativity. That's what I saw for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising at the same time, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye! Hello Sagittarius, how's it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we are going to look at what is going to happen in April, and we are going to look from one house to another. If you're not familiar with the houses, let me tell you, the first house is talking about the self and your actions and your own doings. The second house is talking about the money and the resources that you have. The third house is talking about the communications, and also it is about the mental situation, the way of your thinking. And the fourth house is about like a support system and your family and your home. The fifth house is about creations, creativity, and it is like fun, a little bit of romance, a little bit of like art. The sixth house is talking about what you can do with your health and your habits, your daily routine. And the seventh house is about the cooperation with the people, relationships, and also marriage. The eighth house is about like life-changing events. The ninth house is about, doing the things in a bigger way and understanding the life in a bigger way, traveling, learning. 10th house is about career. The 11th house is about hopes and wishes and also friendships and social life. 12th house is hidden messages and hidden challenges in life. It's a little bit more abstract, but we are going to see what is going to happen. I'm going to put one card for each house, and then I'm going to read them as one. Your first house, you have the Page of Pentacles. I can do it by myself. I don't need anyone else. It doesn't have to be like that, but The second house, you have the Emperor. The third house, you have the High Priestess. Okay. The fourth house, you have the Lovers. I'm not shocked. It happened a lot of times now. The fifth house, you have the Three of Cups. The sixth house, you have the Five of Wands. Okay. A little bit of warning over there. The seventh house, you have the Page of Cups. An offer, romantic offer. The eighth house, you have the Star. All right. The ninth house, you have, okay, I'm not shocked. It's happening quite a lot. The Nine of Swords. And the 10th house, you have the Judgment. Okay. This is incredible. The 11th house, you have the Five of Pentacles. All right. The 12th house, you have the Death. Okay. My friend, you will have enough of willpower to do the things in your own way. The whole month you are going to focus on the things with your own perspective. So I highly recommend you to keep your perspective wide open. Keep an open mind, learn and grow so you can have a better understanding in life. The Page of Pentacles was talking about like I can create my own opportunities, I can start my own thing, and you are going to have that approach for whole month. But it doesn't mean that you have to starve yourself from the communication. And it might come to a point like you are not dealing with other people, or you're not trusting to the other people, or you're thinking like, No matter what you want, you can do it by yourself and you don't need anyone else. Of course you don't need anyone else, but do you have to do it by yourself? Really? Is it really that necessary? You might actually question those kind of things a little bit more. At the second house, you have the Emperor, which means that you're going to have the money. I mean, Emperor we are speaking about. You will have the power, you will have the authority over your money. No one is going to, take your money out of you. You're going to be the one who is determining what is going to happen next. No one is going to just bully you over the money. I don't know why I chose that word, but you will be good at that. You will keep your own ground. When it comes to savings, when it comes to spendings, when it comes to choosing for yourself, it is going to be really important. I don't know why. At the third house, you have the High Priestess, which means that you are open to learn and grow when it comes to human connection. But it is also the third house is mostly talking about the communications, but it is also talking about the thought system. And I have been talking about it in all of the readings, but I never had the chance to practice it. I think it is time to talk about it now. Your thought system, how you are thinking and what you are thinking is going to be important. So you might actually have an open mind when it comes to thinking, and you can focus on different things than the people, which is good, great even. And you can actually see the things that other people cannot see, and your communications are going to bring those kind of things to you. Your communications are going to, okay, those people don't understand. But don't make it fool you, because just because you're seeing the things in another way, it doesn't mean that other people are stupid. Just everybody has different type of way of approaching to the life, I guess. Just accept it as it is, but keep an open mind. It is underlined. Keeping an open mind is underlined. You have the Lovers at the fourth house. And the fourth house is about home, about family. If you are married in a relationship, it means that it is going to go so well. This month you are going to feel extremely happy. If you are single, you might actually meet with someone that you can actually think of getting married to. I mean, it is overreaching, I know, but you might have this prior idea okay, maybe, why not? You might have that kind of a feeling. And I see someone is just talking to you. So you might have more than one option, I can say. But it doesn't have to be more than one option. It's just someone is taking an interest in you and you're feeling okay, this thing could go to a place. This thing can go to a specific time. You might think like that. If you are looking for a home, if you are just looking for, moving out, you can have your chances. You can have the opportunity to move out. You can go to somewhere else. It might require a little bit of thinking, but you're going to choose well for yourself. This is what I see. At the fifth house, I see 3 of Cups. And the fifth house is talking about fun and enjoyment. And you have the parties at the fun and enjoyment. I mean, you will feel fine. You will feel extremely, extremely fine. How intriguing that sometimes, if you want, you can be really sociable person, but sometimes you're just closing yourself off to the people that you don't trust them. You can do it by yourself and you don't need to share your thoughts and whatever with the other people. How it can go 2 different sides, opposite sides. Be careful about that. Be positive about that. Be, nice and calm. Don't just take a friendship to the end in a second, It will be unnecessary and it will be not really that great. At the sixth house, you have the 5 of Wands, which is talking about the conflicts. Because I'm just looking at it from the health perspective, you might actually check your body a little bit more. You can seek for, the doctors. Sometimes you're feeling fine and everything is good. And all of a sudden, you are having flu, and all of a sudden you're having the migraine, and at the same time you're having the diarrhea. I know it sounds creepy and it sounds weird. Or I can say that, it happened to me before, having a dysmenorrhea and having a kidney stone at the same time. 5 years later, nothing was happening for 5 years, and all of a sudden everything is happening at the same time. Be careful about that. Your systems are going to just go against each other for a while. Maybe because of this, the anxiety and the stress. Take care of yourself a little bit. Calm your mind. Give yourself a little time. Get some rest. You might need it. For example, if you're going to the parties, don't drink too much. For example, it could be that easy. At the 7th house, you have the Page of Cups, which is talking about like the romantic involvement, and someone is just like, hey, how's it going? By the way, my name. Someone is going to talk to you and you're going to feel fine. It's not a person that you're going, oh my god, this creep is just texting me. You're not going to feel like that. You're going to feel like, how intriguing this person is. Who is that? I would like to learn. Do we have common friends? Can we ask to some people? You might be interested. Something is going to just like flourish. Something is going to just be, oh my god, something is happening. What's happening? You know, again, I have to tell you that nothing happens and nothing happens, and all of a sudden everything happens at the same time. You know, nothing happens, no one is interested with you, you're single for a long time, and all of a sudden everyone is interested with you. The similar feelings, the similar energies, that's what I'm trying to say. Of course, I don't want to just compare the relationships to the diarrhea, but you know what I'm trying to say. If this is not an enema. At the 8th house, you have the Star. And normally 8th house is talking about like the major life-changing events and ending things and restarting something, you know. It's like the Death card. And I have seen like Death card was showing on the 8th house quite a lot. But you have the Star, which means no matter what happens this month, you will have the chance of heal. You will have the chance of just calm yourself and see what is going on. You are going to have this balance. You are going to have this faith in yourself again. So when it comes to like huge and major things, I can say you're going to be lucky enough to just deal with the things. The 9th house, you have the 9 of Swords, which is like a couple of things are giving you the anxiety, but let me explain what kind of an anxiety it is. For example, I was talking about like moving out to another home, right? Everybody was talking about that. This is not my example. I was just hearing from the other tarot readers. You know, when you are moving out to another house, it can be a little stressful. Are you going to be able to just like carry everything? Are you going to be able to just like deal with the new house? Is it going to be easy? Is it going to be difficult? It is creating some kind of an anxiety, but you know it is going to be good at the end. That kind of an anxiety that I see. But don't let this anxiety to decide for yourself. You know, if you are having a decision for yourself, don't make it just like it is happening out of anxiety. You can do better than that. So if you feel like life is a little bitch sometimes, just remind yourself that you don't have to focus on it now. There's no rush. There's no rush. If there's any kind of a feeling of a rush, it is probably not true at all. It is just like an illusion. I see Judgment at the career. Transformation in a major way. If you're unemployed, you're going to find a job. If you are in a job, you're going to find a promotion. If you're like looking for another kind of a job, if you would like to change your career, you're going to change your career. If you're looking for a different type of people to work with, you're going to be good at judging them and you're going to choose better people for yourself. But don't overthink and don't overdo the things, because it is not going to help you. If you just think like, I can do it by myself, of course you can do it by yourself, but do you really have to do it by yourself? You have to think like that, be open-minded, and career is going to blossom. It is going to blossom in a way that it is going to pay you a major way. You're going to be really, really lucky, and it's not just a luck, but you're going to have a lot of things. So now, let's come to this 5 of Pentacles kind of a feeling. As I mentioned that before, that you might actually starve yourself from the communication to the other people because you are not trusting them enough. I can do it by myself. I don't need anyone else. And the 11th house is sometimes talking about the friendships and the social life, right? And if you're starving yourself from the meaningful relations, and if you're just thinking that you can do it by yourself, of course you can do it, but is it really that necessary? You're going to feel like a little tired. You're going to feel like your systems are fighting against each other. You're going to feel anxious. You don't have to do that. And also, I have to tell you this. If you have like one wish and one wish only, and you're just focusing on it and you're not focusing on anything else, it might actually break your heart. Keep an open mind. Expand your wish. Expand your expectation. It is not like my way or highway. Okay? It doesn't have to be like that, because a lot of good things are happening in your life, and if you just like stuck into one position and if you're not expecting anything else, you're just starving yourself from the other stuff in life. Don't do that. 12th house, I see Death, which is changes are happening in a way that you are not expecting. For example, maybe you're not expecting love. Maybe you're not expecting, parties. You're not expecting different types of people in your life, and it is going to happen anyways. The changes that are going to happen in a way that you're not expecting, and it is going to be like hidden. And since because it is not happening in the way that you were expecting, it doesn't mean that it is a bad thing. So what I can say from the hidden messages is that the change is going to happen one way or another. So enjoy it as much as possible. Try to see everything at once. It might be really, really important. That's what I saw for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising at the same time. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello Capricorn, how is it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we are going to look at what is going to happen in April. I'm going to look at from house to house, and if you're not familiar with the houses, let me tell you what they are about. The first house is about your actions and your desires and yourself. The second house is about your money, your resources and everything. The third house is about communications and thoughts and mindsets. At the fourth house, we can see the houses and we can see the support system, our families. At the fifth house, we can see the creativity, fun, art, children, romance. The sixth house is about the work, that whatever you are doing for yourself and for the other people, but it is like habits and daily routines. The seventh house, I can say that relationships and marriages and also collaborations are really important. The eighth house, there's like a major change, the life-changing events, big changes. The ninth house is about travel and education, higher learning. 10th house is about career. 11th house is about friends and social settings and also hopes and wishes. And the 12th house is about the karma and hidden messages from the life. I'm going to put one card for each house, and then we are going to read everything at once, okay? The first house, you have the Hierophant or the Hierophant, however you are pronouncing it. Second house, you have the Page of Pentacles. The third house, you have the Page of Swords, 2 pages. How intriguing. The fourth house, you have the Queen of Swords, mother-related issues, all right. If you're a mother, if you have a mother. The fifth house is the King of Wands, keeping an open mind, which is great. The sixth house, you have the Four of Swords. It's the first time I'm seeing this. How intriguing. And it is at the sixth house. All right. The seventh house, you have the Death. Eighth house, you have the Star. Happened before. The ninth house, you have the Tower. All right, don't feel afraid. The 10th house, you have the 5 of Swords. The 11th house, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is great. And the 12th house, you have the 4 of Pentacles. Capricorn, you will have this approach in life to be serious. Groundbreaking, shocking, I know. You will have this idea of I have to take it seriously this month. I have to do this thing in a serious manner this month. I have to focus on from the bigger perspective. I have to understand what is going on, and I have to deal with those kind of things at the same time. You might actually put a lot of expectation in you, You don't have to do that. I mean, you can, but do you have to do that? Really? Is it really that necessary to do that? You might actually just ease yourself a little bit more. You might need to do that, honestly. You might need to do that. If you feel like you have to deal with everything by yourself, it might be a little illusion, but it is also the things that people are making you feel like. We are going to talk about it, but you have to balance things in your life a little bit more, I guess. In April, you're going to see things in a really serious way. You're going to be like, okay, what is happening and what can I do about it? But at least you might have a couple of problems, but you're not going to have a monetarily problem. At the second house, you have the Page of Pentacles, which is talking about that I can do the things in my own way. I can create my own resources. I can start my own thing and I can excel on it. You're going to trust yourself and no one else, which is going to pay off quite wonderfully. And when it comes to money and just trusting yourself and what you have, what you already have, is going to be really, really important. It doesn't mean that you're not going to receive a lot of money later on. You might actually, there might be a little changes in your life that you can actually see a lot of money later on. But first you have to just see what you have, trust in your own reality, and then you can can actually move into the different things. It is going to be important. This is what I see. You know, the third house, I see the Page of Swords, which is like online communications might be really important for you. You might start to talk with different people from the different lands. For argument's sake, you are not really happy at where you're living right now. I'm not saying that you are, but for argument's sake, it's just an example. And you would like to change your job, you would like to go to somewhere else. Maybe you would like to go and work in abroad, I don't know. And you're going to talk with the people, those kind of people online. And they're going to help you quite a lot. You're going to learn and grow by online communications. You're going to be surprised at what is happening. So keep an open mind and talk to different people. And if you are like struggling with the language, try to focus on that first. Keep this language barrier down, and you can have better communications with the people. The fourth house, I see Queen of Swords, which is like a mother figure. If you're a mother, it means that your motherhood might be tested a little. Not in a bad way, but you know, you have to make certain decisions for your children maybe. And you can be the one who is just like deciding for the other people. But if you have a mother who is deciding for everyone else, you might have a little bit disagreements with your mother. But these kind of disagreements are not like a major thing. It is not killing you, you know. These kind of things are just going to happen, so you can have your own adjustments. If you feel really unhappy at the place that you're living, you can leave by the decision of your own. The fifth house, I see the King of Wands, which is talking about being really creative and really passionate. If you are learning new things, if you're focusing on the fun, you are going to be really happy. You know, if you give yourself a little chance, you're going to be really happy and fun. But I think that you're not going to give yourself enough of credit to do so. You know, maybe you're not calling your friends, maybe you're just like isolating yourself a little bit, maybe you're focusing on your own priorities a little bit too much. That is just like isolating you from the joy of the moment. And you feel like, okay, this is a sacrifice that I have to do so I can have better life later on. But it doesn't have to be like that. You have to balance your life out. If you are working really hard, you have to play really hard too. You know, it is not something like you're doing one thing and you're not doing other thing for the sake of doing this thing to work out better so you can have this better. Because life doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. If you don't have enjoyment in life today, you're not going to have enjoyment in life later on. So you have to enjoy your life as much as possible, and you have the potential of it. You have like a huge potential of enjoying your life this month. You can go to different places, you can have fun, you can talk to different people, and people are going to find you really charming. Really charming. In fact, some people might actually turn into something else. You know, if they are your friends, they will give a chance to, hey, I like you. They might turn into something else. They might turn into flirts. How you are proceeding with life is going to be important. And the sixth house, I see the Four of Swords, which is about like resting. And you might need resting. You know, sixth house is talking about health and habits and what you're doing in a daily life. If you're doing a little bit too much in your daily life, it means that you need a little rest. So this month you might actually have the chance to rest, but are you going to take that chance? That's all about, you know, you will have chance to enjoy your life. You will have chance to change the places that you are living. You will have chances to create your own money. You will have different things, love and whatever. But are you going to take that chance? This is so underlined in your reading, I cannot even express with my words. The cards are saying that you should just like sleep a little, get some rest, have some fun, and then you can actually work on the other stuff. It is not like work, and then maybe I will rest. It is like work and rest, and work and rest, and work, and then I am going to receive what I would like to receive. You know, you have to keep that balance. At the seventh house, I see the Death card, which is talking about like major change. Something is ending. If you're in a relationship that is not really working so well, you might actually end things. If you're single for a while, it can change too. You know, you might have a relationship. Whatever you have, it is going to change. It is not going to stay the same. If you have a relationship that you are actually quite happy and you don't know what is going to happen next, it might turn into something else. It might step up to another level. It might just like, okay, marriage next. It can happen like that because you're going to have that serious mindset, you see. And the 8th house, you have the star, which is talking about no matter what happens, like life-changing events, you're going to feel fine. You will heal yourself. You will find peace for yourself. No matter what happens, you will have the hope and you will keep calm. If you just focus on the life with this calm approach, everything is going to turn wonderfully. But you have to do that. You have to be the one who is doing that. Life is not just about excruciating yourself to the point that you cannot work anymore, And I see the Tower at the 9th house, which is about like education and learning and travel and looking from the bigger perspective. Now, I'm not going to say that, oh my God, your life is going to be amazing. No, Tower is talking about changes, like death maybe, but Tower is talking about, okay, something is going to shake you off. Something is going to shake you off. And I have a feeling it is about like where you're living right now. You might actually change it, and this change is going to be a little, okay, I'm really tired. You're going to feel like that. You're going to be like, okay, I'm doing this change, but it is making me feel a little tired. What can I do about it? The Tower is talking about like the false narratives should come to an end, and the false expectations should come to an end. If something is not really good for you, should come to an end. If you are in an education that you are not really happy about, but you were forced by your family, for example, you don't want to be the doctor, but your family wants you to be the doctor, and they pushed you into this education, I think you're going to end your situation. I think you're going to end your education. You're changing something for yourself. And you're taking it quite seriously. And you have your reasons to take it quite seriously because people fooled you or people took advantage of you. People misled you. In the career, I have the 5 of Swords, which is not really that great, does it? I actually am going to put another card on it. Let's see what it's all about. 5 of Swords in the career reading. It is... You might actually feel like people are stealing from you. You might feel like things are not going well. You might feel like, what is going on? It's like conflicts and it's like defeat. Maybe somebody tried to defeat you. Like there was some kind of a competition that you didn't even want to get in. It's like an education that you didn't even want to get in the first place. Something was happening and you were just like watching it. And you don't like that. People lied to you. People took advantage of your situation. You see, somebody rushed you into things. Somebody rushed you and you felt like you're being fooled. So maybe that is why the cards are saying that calm, keep it calm, don't do much, don't just rush into things, don't overdo the things. Maybe that is why it is saying that. Maybe you're feeling like, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to, handle this. All of a sudden, everything is just like happening over and over. Maybe because someone is just taking advantage of that mindset. Keep calm as much as possible. Even though this Knight of Swords is talking about march to the things, do the things. Don't overdo it or don't be impatient. Impatience is going to be your confusion and it's not really that great. Don't do that for yourself. Friend parts, I can say that there's a new friendship is brewing and it is a really fruitful one. It is a really good one. Really, really effective one. You might have a new friend this month and this friend is going to help you quite a lot. And it is not just about the friendships, it's about the hopes and wishes. You can see the things are paying off. You can see that things are paying off. You can see a potential. You can see a beginning. You can see something is just moving. But to see that move, you have to stay for a while and look around. Sometimes overdoing things are just like making you not to see the things that you should see at the beginning with. So be careful about that. The 12th house is talking about like, the hidden messages and everything, and there's like a possession kind of thing. Someone is being a little bit of a miser. Someone is just like, I have to do it. I have to keep it. I have to preserve it. If you do that, it is not going to be helpful at all. So I highly recommend you. Yes, keeping the things to yourself might be good for a while, but don't take it as like a, the life choice. Don't take it as like a lifestyle. Don't take it as a personal trait. Keep an open mind. Life is not really that what you have now. It is going to be whatever it is ever. No, it is not like it. There are some ups and downs and the progress and all those kind of things. You have to keep an open mind to those kind of things. And the hidden challenges might actually come at you from the things that you think they are safe, maybe, or the things that you think that you have to keep them safe. They're going to happen anyways. So don't try to just stop the things that are happening, but don't rush them too either. You have to keep that balance in your life this month. That's what I saw for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising at the same time. Hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, Aquarius. How's it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we're going to look at your April. What is going to happen in April? And I'm going to look from the houses. The first house is about you and yourself. The second house is about the money and the resources. Third house is about the communications and the ideas. Fourth house is about home. Fifth house is about fun and entertainment and also creativity in life. Sixth house is about habits and health and what you're doing in your daily life. Seventh house is about relationships. Eighth house is about major life-changing events. Ninth house is about travel and also education. 10th house is about success and career. 11th house is about friendships and also ideas and hopes and wishes. 12th house is about like hidden messages from life and karma. All right, I'm going to put one card for each house and then I'm going to read them as one. Okay, let's just pick your cards. At the first house you have the star. You're going to be the star of the month. That is good. The second house you have the Page of Pentacles. You know, I saw that combination quite often this reading. The third house you have the Two of Swords. The fourth house you have the Eight of Cups. First time I'm seeing in the reading. Okay. The fifth house you have the Two of Cups, which is good. The sixth house you have the Justice, which is really good. Taking care of your skin and your hair, that's for sure. The seventh house you have the Queen of Wands. The eighth house you have the Ten of Swords. I'm not really surprised. Ninth house you have the Ace of Swords. 10th house you have the Lovers, which is great. The 11th house you have the King of Swords. King of Swords is our buddy now. And 12th house you have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, guys. No matter what happens this month, you're going to keep this attitude of being positive. You're going to keep hopeful narrative, and also you're going to be really popular this month. I don't know why, but I see a lot of popularity. If there was a popularity contest, you won. Congratulations. You know, the first house has the star, which is great, which means that you're going to keep a positive attitude towards life. And also you're going to feel fine for a whole month. No matter what happens, you're going to feel hopeful. You're going to feel like, oh, I can handle this thing, and you will definitely. And also I can say that you're going to focus on different things at the same time to keep up with a balance. I see balance cards everywhere again. There was another reading, I don't remember which one. Maybe you are going to see that if you're checking your Sun, Moon, Rising at the same time. You're going to focus on with the balance and you're going to receive a lot of good things. And I also can say that Page of Pentacles at the second house is that when it comes to money, you're going to be good enough to yourself. But you know, it doesn't have to be like you're doing everything by yourself. But no matter what you have is going to be good enough. You know, it is not going to just break your back. It is not going to keep you down. It is not going to make you cry. The money that you already have is going to be enough, but you're going to add on it. You're going to have it. You're going to multiply it. So it is good, which is really great. And we're going to talk about it later on. The money that you're going to have this month is going to be the fruit of the labor that you have been putting on for far too long. But when it comes to communications with the other people, try to be careful with who you are trusting with. Not because you're surrounded with bad people or, you know, the ill intentions people are just like trying to take advantage of you, but you might actually have some doubts when it comes to communication with different type of people. Keep an open mind. It might be important, but if you don't feel really comfortable with sharing a couple of things in your life, don't share it. You don't have to. You really don't have to, especially about the money. At the fourth house, you have the Eight of Cups, which is like going away for something better, you know? If you feel really uncomfortable at the place that you are right now, if you are living in a home that it is not really that great, you are not really fine, this house is just like time consuming or, consuming your sources. It's like, not really that great, you can actually change it. You can have the opportunity to move out to somewhere else. You can start at somewhere else. You can just go away. You can have your own decisions. If you are having some arguments with your family, you can have the higher ground by just not talking to them for a while. It doesn't mean like you're cutting them off. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you're going to end some communications with the people that you love. No, it doesn't have to be like that. But giving yourself a little time off, giving yourself a little alone time might be important at the house related situations, at the family related situations, and you're going to find the opportunity to do so. And I have a feeling that it is going to be important. If you just stay away from stressful people enough, you are going to meet with someone that is going to make you really happy, and someone is going to make you laugh. Someone is going to make you smile. Someone is going to make you feel important. I see a soulmate over there. Can you see that? At the 5th house, you have the soulmate card. You have the lovers, in a way. Communication with someone important. Enjoying life is going to be possible when you meet with someone that is important, and you're going to have the chance to meet someone that is important. If you're single, you're going to meet with someone that is going to be important. If you have someone in your life, and if you just give yourself enough of time to stay away from stressful people and focus on your relationship, it is going to be so much fun, so much lighter. Life is going to be better, So it is about like your priorities a little bit, what you are prioritizing in your life, what kind of people that you're dealing with, and it might be really, really important. The 6th house, I see the Justice. Justice is talking about like having the things in the right order, right? So when it comes to body and soul, you're going to find a calm and a really decent manner. You're going to deal with yourself, your health in a really good manner. And also, whenever I see Justice, this person is really fancy. The hair, the looks, everything. Maybe you will take care of your body a little bit more, like physical aspects of your body. You're going to take care of your skin, you're going to take care of your hair. I don't know, maybe you will go to have some kind of a skincare therapy. I don't know what it is. You're going to change something and it is going to pay off wonderfully. That is what I see. Maybe you were thinking that your skin was dry, but it was just dehydrated, and you're going to take care of it and you're going to have better skin later on, You're going to focus on those kind of things. You're going to change your priorities. You're going to just hold on a second. Okay, you're stressful. I get it. But get out. I would like to focus on this thing. You're going to choose for yourself. At the 7th house, I see the Queen of Wands, which is being the popular one. Someone is going to give some attention to you when it comes to relationships, when it comes to, the communications, love-related communications mostly. You're going to, I don't like to use that word in this way, but you're going to be chosen. Some people are going to be like, hey, I like you, and they're going to show some interest with you. At the 8th house, I see 10 of Swords, which is like overdoing things, pushing yourself to the limit. And I think that thing is ending. That is what it should be, ending. Maybe, what I feel, I'm going to tell you what I feel. You are doing too much for your family and you're not doing much for yourself, for argument's sake. You're going to end that kind of an approach. You're going to just focus on yourself. You're going to end your, over responsibilities, a little bit too much of a responsibility. If you have it, you're going to share it with the other people, or you're going to just leave it behind. You're not going to be interested with that. You need that kind of an approach. That is what cards are saying. So be careful about that. 9th house, you have the Ace of Swords, which is great. Which means that you are going to start to learn something new. You will have the opportunities to grow your mind. You're going to expand your horizon. If it requires some kind of a travel, you are going, my friend. If you have to go to another place to have this education, you are going. That's for sure. If you don't have the opportunity to do so, you will find the opportunity. You will find the money and resources, and you're going to go to that place, which is great. So don't worry about when it comes to learning new things and starting new things. It is going to happen for sure. 10th house, you have the Lovers. And the Lovers in the career reading, it is about choices and having more than one option. And you will have more than one option. Or, multiplying what you have. As I said, with the beginning at the money, I said that you will have what you have, but you're going to multiply it. You're going to have more of that. That's why. When it comes to work, it is going to pay off wonderfully. So you will have more than what you have right now. So what I can say from the career and the money side from your reading, I can say that April is going to be really fruitful month for you. At the 11th house, you have the King of Swords, which is like, the friendships and also about like the ideals and, your wishes and your hopes. You will keep this, dignity with you. And some people might see it as like, oh, this person is really professional. I should actually trust this person. But some people might take it as like, okay, this person is just patronizing me. So be careful with that. About the conversations, it could go either way. People can see you like a good person. People can see you as like a patronizing, self-righteous person as well. So be careful how you are just presenting yourself to those kind of people. At the hidden messages, at the 12th house, I see Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about nurturing people. Maybe nurturing too much, as I said. Maybe you're doing it, maybe you are overdoing it. Maybe it is a little bit too much. So hidden messages in life is saying that if you have been giving and giving and giving, it could turn into a problem. So don't do that. You have to nurture yourself first and then later other people, Don't let other people take advantage of your giving nature. That's what I saw for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out the other readings, the Sun, Moon, Rising at the same time. Hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello Pisces, how's it going? I hope everything is fine. Today we are going to look at what is going to happen in April. I'm going to look at from one house to another, and if you're not really familiar with the houses, let me tell you what they are about. The first house is about yourself, your desires and actions. The second house is about money and resources, mostly. Third house is about how you communicate and also what kind of mindset that you're having, your ideas. The fourth house is about your home. The fifth house is about fun and entertaining and also romance and a little bit of children side of a thing. And the sixth house is about health and habits. The seventh house is about relationships. The eighth house is about major life-changing events. Ninth house is about travel and education. 10th house is about career in general. 11th house is about hopes and wishes and also about social life. 12th house is about hidden messages and hidden challenges in life. It is a little bit more abstract, but we are going to see what is going to happen. I'm going to put one card for each house and we are going to see the general messages in one. The first card is Empress. You are solid, you're golden, we don't have to look at anything else. That is great. The second house, you have the Six of Swords. All right. Changing your priorities for your own better way. The third house, you have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. I'm going to open one more card later on for that. Don't forget that. The fourth house has the Five of Swords. All right. I see. The fifth house, you have the Star. The sixth house, you have the King of Swords. I wasn't surprised. This guy is showing his face quite often. Seventh house, you have the Hermit. I see a little bit of isolation and loneliness. Eighth house, you have the Hanged Man. The ninth house, you have the Hierophant or the Hierophant. By the way, a lot of major arcana. 10th house, you have Three of Wands. Groundbreaking. Yeah. 11th house, you have the Three of Swords. Yeah, it happened to many people. The 12th house, you have the Page of Cups. All right. Pisces, how's it going? I hope everything is fine. No matter what happens this month, you are going to have this approach to the life that you can do whatever you want. The Empress is quite calm and collected. She doesn't need anything else. She knows she can do whatever she wants. She doesn't need much. But here's the thing, Empress could be a little bit too independent. Being independent is not a bad thing, and doing the things by yourself is not a bad thing either. But just trying to do things by yourself might be a little problematic, so I see a little bit of like self-imposed isolation. I don't know if you feel like that, but I don't need anyone else. I don't have to talk to anyone else. I don't have to trust to anyone else. My family wronged me. My friends wronged me. I don't need this. I don't need that. If you have that kind of a feeling, even if you're an Empress, you're going to feel alone. Don't do that. You have all the control and the power and everything nice in your hand. You can heal a lot of stuff. But why you are just like focusing from this side of like people are not really great and you can do it by yourself? Yes, you can do it by yourself. No one is saying that you cannot, but do you have to? This is the real question that you have to ask. And I think many people today's reading had the similar message. So the second house has the Six of Swords, which is like choosing for better. If you have been spending your money for something, you can actually change the way that you're spending. You can change the things that you're spending the money for, which is good, which is really good, because you're going to choose better for yourself. That is for sure. You can save some money for some travel. You can put your money into different things. You know, if you're investing your money on different things, you can have different options, which is great. You will have the choices to do that. You will have like a different approach to do that. And you will keep an open mind for the money and for the career. I think this month you're going to focus on the money and career a little bit more than the other stuff that are going on in your life. But it doesn't have to be like, I'm choosing this and I'm ignoring the rest. You can have like two things at the same time, and you have to keep the balance. And I think in April you are going to see that and how important that is. At the third house, I see the Five of Pentacles, which is like isolation and loneliness. And the third house is talking about the communication with other people. Are you communicating with other people enough? Or you just like drawn into yourself, you're not dealing with other people, you're not trusting other people, or maybe you don't have enough of friends. If you have less of the friends and if you are not really trusting people, you might actually focus on that for a while. You might actually ask questions like why I am finding difficult to trusting people, or why I'm just like gathering people who are not really good for me. You might question like what is happening, and you might question the psychology between that. You know, the third house is also about like ideas and the thought system. Maybe you are the one who is isolating yourself. Why you are doing that? You have to question yourself a little bit, but not like you shouldn't just like beat yourself down like I'm doing something wrong. No, you're not doing something wrong. But if you see something wrong is happening, you are capable of fixing it. You are the Empress. At the fourth house, I see Five of Swords, which is like someone is lying. There's no need for sugarcoating, but this is going to be the strongest message that I have seen today. Someone at your house is lying to you. Someone is taking advantage of your loneliness. Someone is taking advantage of your situation. If you're alone, you're weak. If you are alone, you're trusting the people that you shouldn't trust at the begin with. And those people might be people that you see as your family, as your support system. So I highly recommend you to question the people in your life a little bit more. If you're trusting a person and if you are seeing the wrong things, wrongdoings from that person, you have all the rights to question that. Never forget that. If you just like focus on what is happening at home, you can see what is happening. By the way, I was going to open cards. Let's just open more cards for that. Let's put one card for the third house and another for the fourth house. Okay, this is talking about like not even trying to make any kind of a communication with other people. Maybe you are the one who is just like isolating yourself from the other people. At the fourth house, I see like someone is taking advantage of your situation. If you are anxious, if you are in a bad mindset, someone is taking that advantage. Maybe it's about the money. Or maybe it could be like, emotional thing as well. Some people are emotionally immature and they can just take advantage of their children. Take care of who you are trusting. Okay? At the fifth house, on the other hand, I see healing. I see hope and good things. So you are going to start to enjoy your life a little bit more. If you put your mind into it, that is important. I'm underlining it. If you put your mind into it, you're going to have a lot of balance. You're going to have a lot of good things. You're going to enjoy your life. You're going to focus on the right things. And maybe you will flirt. Maybe you will have fun. If you open yourself to the other people, you're going to see a lot of things are blossoming. At the sixth house, I see King of Swords, which is like discipline. Self-discipline is going to be really, really important. If you are trying to lose some pounds and you're going to be able to do that. If you would like to start to exercise, this is the month to do so. If you are taking care of your skin, if you're taking care of your body, it is time to do so. So if you are just like prioritizing your health, you are going to have this self-discipline to fix everything that is going bad. At the seventh house, I see the Hermit. Again, someone who happens to be alone. But it doesn't have to be. I mentioned in another reading the Hermit was in this house again, and I'm going to say that to you again. You might see a lot of unhappy couples around you and you feel like being alone is the best. It doesn't have to be like that. If you are just like having this relationship with someone, you can be the example of like right kind of a relation, you know, the happy kind of a relation to the other people. You are the one who is going to choose for yourself, and if you choose to be happy, other people are going to take as an example for themselves too. You have to focus on that a little bit more this month. 8th house, I see the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is talking about a stagnation, and also it is talking about letting it go. You know, I'm not doing it anymore. Not doing it. And I have a reason to think that you are feeling like it when it comes to friendships and when it comes to other people. I'm not dealing with other people. I don't have time. I don't have energy. I understand what you're feeling, but it should come to an end. You know, this is changing, and when it changes, you're going to see the flow again. You know, changing your priorities for many things are going to change a lot of things in your life, and I think this month you're going to focus on that quite a lot. I see Hierophant or Hierophant, how you are pronouncing it, in the 9th house, which is talking about higher learning and education. Both cards are talking about that. If you are focusing on learning new things, you will be lucky enough to learn good things, and you're going to expand your horizons. You're going to take things seriously, and you're going to achieve a lot of things in your life. And I think it is going to have a meaning in your career as well, because 3 of Wands is talking about seeing everything from a better perspective. You know, I see everything now. I can focus on what is going to happen now. Again, like the 2nd house, you will choose better for yourself. And I think you're going to expand your horizon by learning new things and focusing on different things and opening yourself to new situations. It is going to be really, really important. I see your career and your money is going to be in the right position. You're not going to have any kind of a problem in that. What you have to focus on is the human connections, because, you know, the friendship and social life has 3 of Swords. You know, the past resentments and past negativities are still affecting you. Maybe that is why you're not making new friends, but you have to change this, and you can actually have the chance to focus on this thing this month. If something was negative, you can end those kind of negativities. If someone is the one who is, you know, ghosting you, isolating you, they're just like manipulating you, you can cut them down from your life. You can start new friendships if you end the old negativities, and you have to leave them behind so you can have better friends. And you can actually focus on your hopes and wishes in a better way. Never forget, you have the Empress. And last but not least, at the 12th house, you have the Page of Cups. What you are not seeing, you know, the hidden messages from life is that someone is going to approach you with a love correspondence. Someone who is shy, someone who is like not really sure how you're going to react, someone that you can actually like, but you're not giving a chance to look at this person maybe now. This is the message, and it is not even a challenge. Normally I would read it as a challenge, but this is not even a challenge. This is like something is going to happen and you're not going to expect it to happen, but it is going to happen anyways. That's what I saw for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. Don't forget to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising at the same time, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye!